kò ṣáà pè guilty not guilty ló pè ló sọ náà.
If you plead,
èèyàn tó sọ pé not guilty ó ní proof ẹ̀ tó máa show nǹkan tù náà ó tó pick not guilty.
If you plead not guilty, it doesn't make you innocent. You understand? It doesn't make you innocent because you plead not guilty. So, but
it doesn't make you innocent, but at least you must have something to show that you are not guilty, right? When you agree, ìgbà tí Bobrisky ìgbà tí wọ́n accuse Bobrisky ó náwó ní public o and it's against the law. Only yes, I did. I'm guilty. Ó accept it because ó mọ̀ pé confirm mi. Ìgbà tí Obi Kubana ní no, I'm not guilty. Ó dẹ̀ prove fún wọn pé òun guilty. So ìtajà àwọn méjèèjì ọ̀tọ̀ọ̀tọ̀ ni now. Or the same case, the same application.
But
right?
Then,
yes or no?
Thank you very much, Fearless. Good morning. But then
the same application, but the same different judgment.
But it doesn't mean that she's not guilty. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, cause you say if you say you are not guilty, then you must have something to show them they are not guilty to prove yourself you are not guilty. Yes or no?
Do you believe in the charges that the court gave to her? All those count charges, do you believe in it?
I cannot. If the court gave you charges, it means that the person that tell them to arrest you is the one that accused you of those charges. Yes or no? Then when you get to court, then you will show them that what they charging me for it's not real. And then when you plead guilty, say nǹkan tó sọ fún mi yìí náà nǹkan tó sọ fún mi yìí mo accept it. That means say you are guilty. If you are not guilty, then you say all those charges ọgbẹ ẹ dànù kó ṣe tèmi mo tá padà, meaning you are not guilty. Right? Then why they bring gbogbo àwọn profit ẹ náà jáde? Ṣé ìyá wèrè ni àbí wèrè ìyá wọn? Oh, there is this volume now.
It surprises me how Huda, the Majesty's ex-girlfriend, woke up one morning and.
Kí ló dé tẹ́yìn ò tí ì dáwó fún shoulder mites kó fi jáde? Ọ̀rẹ́ yín ni now, he's your friend. You are supposed to at least contribute something, or you are a man on a platform. You are supposed to even lead the contribution processes. Ẹ wá sọ pé kí ló tí wọ́n gbé ṣé ẹ̀yin tẹ́ wà l'Amẹ́ríkà àbí ẹ̀yin tẹ́ wà ní Germany ẹ̀yin tẹ́ wà ní Spain ẹ̀yin tẹ́ no now.
Come again, any contribution process?
Yes now.
Any contribution process, come again.
I said that.
To run her business, there's no point.
Àwọn ló dáwó.
Ibo lẹ wà ẹ̀dẹ̀ ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀ nípa ẹ̀ṣẹ̀ dé láti ibi iṣẹ́. Akikat, there are some people here, no matter how you explain for them, they no go.
Mo ń gbọ́.
Mo ní pé, lawyer called Victor. The law, hold on, the law. Yeah, I want us to have a conversation on the law. So please, just help me hold on. Yes. I have some questions. Good morning, the law. Yeah, good morning. Sorry, I just cite you now. I just say, hope we might ask you the question so that we go because they like to do with divorce, marriage, and stuff like that. Please, is customary marriage, is it recognized by courts?
Yes, it is recognized.
absolutely recognized by the courts.
This is recognized, lawyer. If you have customary marriage, then you don't have certificate for it. What do you show as a marriage?
Someone full of certificates in
As a
customary
married
marriage.
person?
Now,
Yes,
then
now.
let me explain to you. Even when we are in secondary school, they give us types of marriage in Nigeria. We have
Yeah,
customary marriage, we have the court marriage, as you all call it, and what the Islamic marriage. So
yeah,
one of the factors that makes it recognized is that even by venture, I did a case last month. The man told me the man did not open up that he has married the first wife traditionally. So and he married the second wife legally. So I'm already filing for divorce. Now the woman now reply in the petition that the man has committed bigamy. I was not asking the woman that how. He said the man has married traditionally, and I didn't he open up to me. So that's when I get to realize that even when you marry traditionally, it is recognized in court and it is an offense. It amounts to bigamy as well.
lawyer. To answer a question to me, customary marriage. Do we have certificate for it or not, lawyer?
You don't need to have certificate for it. Once there is proof of marriage,
Proof of marriage, like how? What's the proof of marriage?
once bride price has been paid, ask any lawyer. The moment once bride price has been paid, and there's evidence of bride price, like or there are witnesses that witness the marriage, or there are pictures, anything. We have witnesses, people that witness traditional marriage. Once you can call them in court, or you have pictures, anything to identify the traditional marriage. It is recognized.
According to information here, when you say you do a customary marriage, like this one in our this thing, he will go to customary court. That's a customary court in Nigeria, yes or no? You go there and show them the proof of your customary your customary marriage, the picture, and all those things, and they will issue a certificate, yes or no, lawyer?
Of course, you can get the certificate.
And they will issue a certificate.
But wait, hold on. In a situation where there is no certificate, once evidence of bride price is enough to prove evidence of bride price, what the court is after is has bride price been paid. Once bride price has been paid, then you have no discussion. It is a legal marriage. It is acceptable marriage. Bride price is what the court looks at. All those certificates is not really important.
èèyàn tó bá show bride price ìyẹn tó bá fẹ́ divorce, so gbogbo àwọn picture lásán náà wà mọ́, so o dẹ̀ ní that means o complete the process yẹn, which is customary marriage. They have certificate like the court marriage. When you don't have certificate, that means your marriage is not yet complete.
There is a question. Somebody is asking a reasonable question.
Court marriage,
is the certificate compulsory?
Court marriage, listen.
It is not compulsory. Even in Nigeria, there's something called presumption of marriage. Once two parties have stayed for a very long period of time, and even society, the community has accepted them and see them as husband and wife in the face of the law, their husband and wife. So we don't even need any certificate to prove. Automatically, once bride price has been paid, see, we can check it up. You can check it up. You see it there. You can check it up.
The proof there is the bride price that was paid.
In our own case that you are treating here, the father of the deceased say the bride price is not yet been paid.
Good morning.
What can we do about that case?
Tunisco, it's because of you I came up.
No, Takumi, I know I ask you fearless now. Lawyer, they talk to now.
Are you married? Tunisco, are you married? Tunisco, are you married?
Don't ask me foolish question here. I have
yes. It's not a foolish question. Are you married, Tunisco?
Lawyer, can you answer my question, please? I don't want to talk to
just for us to enjoy this conversation and to be able to ask the lawyer question. Ignore
the lawyer question. Lawyer, please, can you answer that? What about if your father of the deceased, confirm that there's no bride price have been paid yet?
I just want to ask that question for you. It's not ready to answer.
So, and the person is still claiming a marriage, and the father-in-law is still claiming, you see, saying that I never paid bride price, and even though when they take me there is introduction, and then you are claiming you are married.
The thing is that is there for the court to prove whether bride price is being paid or not. Once you are witnesses.
No, not the court, oh. I mean the father of the deceased. The father,
lawyer, please leave this man alone.
If anybody is making a claim, hold on. If anybody is making a claim, there should be a way to prove your claim. You can't just make claim on tongues. So if you are saying that I paid bride price, I collected bride price for me, you should be able to bring proof that you paid bride price or you collected bride price for me. So you can't just make any claim without no proof. So once if the man has proof and evidence to back it up, no problem.
That's it. Confirm. I mean, you might show proof pay
lawyer, what he's saying, right? Even online, when they asked the father-in-law that, did you pay the right price? He said yes. And the guy that was asking the question said, hold on. Let me rephrase this thing. And you are saying this, it's on social media. Everybody's listening to you. And they asked him again, did you pay the bride price? And he said, yes, we paid the bride price. So, because of all this ups and downs, the father-in-law again went on, I think, Punch newspaper and said, oh, we paid half dowry. We did not pay the dowry in full. So what does that mean? I'm paying half dowry. Is that something?
Now let us know that time when they're asking,
I'm asking the lawyer. Let the lawyer answer me, Otunisco. Lawyer,
there is nothing like half dowry. Once it has been paid and it has been accepted, there is nothing like half dowry. Dowry is dowry. And in tradition, it is not even necessary most times that you pay everything in the list. Yes, especially in Yoruba tradition. Once you are getting married, where they will say, I buy issue 42, the man can bring 22 yam and they will accept. During my own time back then, they asked me to bring a bag of rice. I could not afford a bag. I brought a bag of rice. And they did, because of that, say that I'm not going to give me yahoo. So once dowry is being paid, it's being paid. There's something like half dowry. If you are not cool with it, you shouldn't have accepted it at the first instance until it's complete. So once you accept it, that is a proof that you've accepted them into your house. You accepted the man to marry the woman. So there's nothing like half dowry.
Kaycrown, do you ever see where somebody say in this case say he pay half dowry? Kaycrown. Do you ever see where Baba say I pay half dowry?
Baba Mohbad have said it in
the only one that's not it. I never see where he say half dowry. If you have it, you can pay. Only when the African TV was asking a question, and he say, and that time he doesn't know what is dowry. And then when you understand it very well, when they explain to him, yes, the man, everybody knows he's a carpenter. He doesn't know what is dowry.
Wait.
He always says, I'm a carpenter. I didn't go to school. But when you know the law, then you know that. Then you have a lawyer, and lawyer let you know that, okay, when you pay dowry, this is where it's supposed to be and be and be. You have to be like this. You have to show something like this. You have to bring something like this. Then you know the difference between pay dowry or not pay. And they come outside by himself that show you that dowry, I never pay dowry. Only went there for introduction.
Somebody said something.
Tunisco, please come off it, man.
Somebody said something.
African TV also said share some warrior. He said it in Yoruba too, so there's no excuse on that part. Shotigbo, Mama defend the koto ye ko defend.
Yoruba wo. Aba no ono mo fúnra rẹ̀ ni bàbá yẹn náà ló tún jáde.
Morning,
ìgbà tó dẹ̀ ní
everyone.
lọ́ọ̀yà tí
Him
lọ́ọ̀yà jẹ́
about
kó mọ̀ pé
Abi
wípé
Josie
dárí
no understand Yoruba again. You no know
Please
wetin
hold on.
be owori. Ṣé kò túmọ̀ yẹn
Please
náà?
hold on. Please hold on.
Good morning, everyone. Please, I have a
Eh.
question for the lawyer, please, and I'm going to drop now,
Okay.
please.
All right. All right. Go ahead.
Greeting to everybody. Happy weekend. Please, lawyer, I just need you to answer me this one question. Please, what is the proof? What can we get as a proof for the traditional wedding? One, I want to suggest, this is my question, and I want to ask you this, please. One, is it okay for we to use the video of the traditional marriage and the picture? Is it acceptable in the court as an evidence? Please, thank you.
The court deals with facts, and you can, yes, front load your exhibit with pictures and videos is acceptable. Your lawyer knows what to do. So that's an evidence. Even witnesses, people that at least a lot of their family members that attend the marriage now, the traditional marriage. So that is evidence on its own. Witnesses. So, and also the videos and pictures too. You can conclude them.
Thank you very much, because some people are arguing with me that is not an evidence. Omo, we carry go. You got our back.
lawyer again. I have another question again.
I want
lawyer.
to Tunisco, please 1 minute. I also want to ask to everybody. Since they are saying that she didn't do traditional wedding, all she did was introduction, according to them and Baba Beula. So now, please, is it how do I say this? Do they do Ashwebi for introduction? Because to me, I've never seen when Ashwebi, he's been one for introduction. Abi, is there any one of us that during our introduction we did Ashwebi? If una get abema una enlighten me, because now for tradition me I know say they do Ashwebi o.
Wọ́n ṣaṣẹ bí dáadáa as you get
For
money.
introduction.
Yes o.
Mommy mwe.
Aṣebi
For the
ilé
Tunisco, you know what introduction means? Mommy mwe, you just want to go and see what her family look like.
My sister do wedding. I want Aṣebi now. Introduction.
Introduction la
Introduction. By this time it's introduction.
Ẹ káàárọ̀ sir. No introduction wọn kì í má aṣọ ẹbí fún introduction wá ṣe introduction mọ̀mí ìmọ̀ ẹ̀ sorry jàre mọ̀mí ìmọ̀ ẹ̀ wọn kì í wá aṣọ ẹbí fún mọ̀mí ìmọ̀ ẹ̀ lẹ́yìn kí ìyá àti bàbá kọ̀ lọ mọ bàbá ọkọ kí ìyá lọ mọ bàbá ọkọ engagement lọ máa ń mú aṣọ fún mọ̀mí ìmọ̀ ẹ̀ kò mí nàṣọ.
kò ṣẹyọ kan rí.
eléyìí bá wọn sọ yìí
èmi ṣe ọ̀fíìsẹ́ǹtì ni mo ṣe kò tí ì pẹ́ kò tí ì wọ how many months tí mo ṣe mọ̀mí ìmọ̀ ẹ̀ tí mo jẹ́ ṣe kẹ̀jẹ̀ mi máa ṣọ fún.
Níbo la ti gbọ́ pé wọ́n mú Aṣebi tí wọ́n dájọ́ fáwọn èèyàn according to bàbá according to video tá a gbẹ ní bàbá sọ fún
kaycrown jọ má fi
torí Ọlọ́run ẹ fi
pọ̀ la lọ kó nǹkan bá sọ sóhun lọ́rùn yìí níbo la tún gbé lọ pé Aṣebi.
jọ nítorí Ọlọ́run
àgbọ̀ pé wọ́n mú Aṣebi tó pọ̀.
sọ Yorùbá lẹ́nu ẹ̀jẹ̀ sọ Yorùbá lẹ́nu ẹ̀ kọ́kọ́ wọ́n mú Aṣebi fún engagement. normal pé mo fẹ́ lọ kanlẹ̀kùn wọn kì í pé mo fẹ́ lọ mọ̀ yẹ.
Hold on. Hello, please hold on. Let us. We need to learn. You understand? I understand that everybody has their own what they know or their answers, but the lawyer called Victor is a lawyer and he also deals with marriage cases very well. At least I've known him for some time now, and I did not. Thank God I didn't tell him that I want to ask him question before. He just joined my life the way you always come and support my life. So please, let us have question for clarifications. Let us not attack ourselves. so that we can learn, and people that are also watching us can also learn, because some of us have done this introduction before or traditional marriage before, but we just did it because maybe na normal thing wey be say we suppose go through. But sometimes when there are controversies, at the end of the day, it is still the same law that will fall back on, that will give us clarifications and all of these things. So please, whatever question you want to ask, let's direct it to the lawyer, not the panelists. You understand? Please, let's direct our question to the lawyer so that he can give us a clear explanation on these things. So please, the law. Somebody said that. Hold on. No. What is the difference between payment of dowry and bride price? So, let's just be asking that, all those basic questions. If that is the problem, let's ask that basic question so that people can still learn. Because sometimes choice of words can also be a problem. Ambiguity can also be a problem. So, is there any difference between dowry and bride price?
I wish this question that we're asking, so I'm not sure it's because everybody knows this. It's almost the same thing. Dowry and bride price. Once they give you a list, dowry is part of the list, but that consists of the bride price list. So we are still asking the same question. So it's the same thing. Everything.
Dilo, can I quickly ask you this question? So I'm just saying, okay, me and my friend, we had a phone conversation, right? It is private phone conversation. And because you wanted to use it against me, you now gave it to a blogger to play it. Can she still use it against me in court?
If peradventure you are using it to report a crime, is useful in court. But if you are using it to bully somebody, then that is an offense. So it depends on what you are using it to. If you are using it as a witness to report a crime or to defend the crime, it's still useful. But if you are using it to bully that person, then it is not.
I don't know if what I want to ask will be totally different with what is being discussed.
Yeah, you can ask your questions, but don't direct it to somebody.
So I want to ask, because during this J4M, there are people that have been watering down our culture and traditions. Like, for example, during the burial of Mohbad, the wife was seen, throwing a white cloth in his grave. And some set of people tend to use that against her, like she's doing voodoo or something on his grave. And as a Yoruba girl, I know that when someone passes away, like for example, a father passes away, the wife and the children are given sand and clothes to throw in his grave. So why are these people acting as if it's not part of our culture and tradition? That's what I want to ask.
That is not a question, that is an opinion. But like I said, the court does not believe in all this pouring sound or magic or ogo, all those things. The law does not believe in all those things. So I don't know how to answer that one, but Pasi. So if peradventure somebody poured sand or somebody.
No. What I want to ask is it something that is not like done in the culture of Yoruba, in Yoruba culture, or how do I, like, is it something new or has it been practiced for years? That's what I want to ask.
Okay, normally I answer questions that I do know, but I don't know much about Yoruba culture like that, but I know of the sand. I don't know about the white cloth or something. So, but that sand, I know of that one, or the white cloth. I can't say anything on that. And what I don't know, I don't talk about it. Thank you.
Please, lawyer, can I ask you another question, please? Is it that all our mothers, including me, that have married for over 50 years now, is it that because I didn't go to court, is this because of that I'm not yet married to my husband, or all our grandmothers and including my own mother that married traditionally with my father? Is that mean that they are not well married? Oh, I'm sorry, I wasn't here.
I've answered this question. Yeah, we have what we call presumption of marriage when two couples have lived for a very period of time and the society and them has accepted them to be husband and wife. Yeah, they are married and acceptable. It is acceptable under the law. And same as once bride price is being paid. So once bride price is being paid, or both of you have lived for a longer period of years together, it's acceptable.
What about the according to the buy price? Who do you normally, let's say, okay, according to what we know, that the family of the wife, that they want to request this is what you need this and this and this, and hand over to the husband side. I think, and according to what we know, that husband side is the one to pay all the dowry or bride price, but the father is still saying that I never pay bride price, I never pay any dowry, and the person is still claiming his marriage. How do you solve the case when the father never even have a list? He never even said that I have a list of somebody give me a list of what you need to pay as a bride price, and then you are saying that introduction is a marriage, is like a traditional marriage for you. Yeah.
I mean, a part, you have to what? You have to prove it. You can't just claim it with mouth, or with, okay, this is it. You have to prove what you are saying. And how can you prove it? It's by bringing evidences. I'm not sure it's only this person that attend this wedding or this traditional marriage, or this. The other people too that attended. Bring those people out. Let them come and testify. If you have pictures or videos, and I'm sure some videos should have a date on it, or pictures should have a date on it. You look at it, look at the picture. If eventually they did the engagement, mobile will shall be there. The other person too will be there. Their face show the picture, and then the forensic investigations can carry it out. If it is AI or if it is stage, all these things, the investigation will bring it out. It's not that difficult. So far, you are just proving
your question.
So it is not that difficult. So once you are claiming any rights, prove it.
Because in that marriage, in that introduction,
okay, let me ask
only one
question.
picture we are seeing. Only one picture is circulating.
Can you allow me to ask question, please? Just mute. Janisco, please mute.
You say please. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, mute, please, because you are interfering. Yeah. Lawyer, I have a few questions. First one is just a clarification. In a situation where somebody has said, yes, I paid dowry, the person has also said that he went for an introduction. He was told that there is an introduction, but when he got to his son's place, he was given an agbada and fila, and the event was changed to a proper traditional wedding. But he decided not to talk because he respected his son, and he went ahead with the celebration. That was what he first said. And then he later said there was no marriage. Now, is the person in question, the wife in question, does he have any obligation to come to the social media to prove that he's married? Is social media the right place for her to prove her marriage status? That's my question. First question, lawyer, please.
Okay. No, she does not have any responsibility or any obligation to come to the social media to say that.
Very much for saying that, because some people They're asking for picture, they're asking for video. They said it's only one picture that they've seen somewhere. We don't know who dropped it. But as far as you have said, she has no obligation whatsoever to prove to anybody on social media that she's married or not. Whenever she needs to do that, she knows the right place to do that. That is aside. Now, number two, because some people are not educated enough in Nigerian laws and Nigerian cultures. Some people have been peddling online, on most especially on this TikTok, that you can go to the customary court and you have to go to customary court and get a certificate of traditional marriage before you can prove that you are married in a customary setting, that you are married traditionally. I was married traditionally. I was married at the court, at the church. I have my certificate of marriage. But while I was doing my visas, there was spaces whereby I could prove that I was married traditionally just only by putting pictures of that marriage. Now, I want to ask you, sir, is there anything that is called certificate of customary marriage in Nigeria? Or what is the proof that, okay, yes, what can I produce that I'm, married in Nigeria traditionally? Please enlighten these people, please.
Okay, now you see, most of our people were overdoing is one of our problem. Over sabi, believing that we know everything and nobody is an island of knowledge. But what me I will tell you is this, and for my years of practice, at least I've been practicing family law for the past 13 years, is that you don't need any certificate to prove you are traditionally married to someone. You don't need any certificate to prove that. What you need is, if you have evidences, if you have witnesses, if bride price has been paid. In fact, it's not necessarily mean that there is engagement. Once bride price has been accepted, the only thing that is needed in that part is bride price. Not necessarily boya iwo fila o, abe mu aso o, abe mu gele o. The major point we are bride price. Once there is evidence of bride price, you are traditional married to that person. And in most cases, I will tell you that some people that after traditional marriage they say they want to divorce, or maybe it's not working, and I tell people, you don't need to go to a magistrate court or a customary court to divorce your traditional. Just return the bride price and you are free. So the only thing binding you and the other party together is the bride price. So if you have evidence that you pay the bride price, it's enough.
Very much.
I also want to say something. As Tunuskwe said, he said is only one picture that is circulating about the so-called introduction. In the picture, you will see the mother of the groom and father of the groom, and the Iyawo was sitting in between. So now, I want to ask, is it in introduction that Iyawo usually sits on the groom's parents' lap, or during a traditional wedding?
That is not my actually area of concern, but major wedding I've seen is during traditional wedding. That shows a sign of acceptance. So
You don't hear, Abi? Okay.
You have never done one.
Lawyer.
Okay, sir. Okay, lawyer, please.
Please, can I ask
have just two questions.
Please, can I finish my own?
Kindly hold on. Kindly hold on. After Mr. Olusegun, you will go. No, you have been here. So after Mr. Olusegun, you will go. Questions only, please. Don't attack anybody.
Okay, so thank you, Dilo. Please, I just have two questions. Is it compulsory that you must have a written list, like something paper as a list? That is one. Two, does it matter who is paying for it? For instance, maybe I have a father and is the one paying the bride price, or I'm the one paying does it matter? I'm the one funding or whoever that is funding, even if it's my friend, does it matter? Thank you.
No, well, your questions, your two questions that you asked me, the two questions that you asked, the answer is no and no, and because number one, this is not necessary. The reason for this is for you to recollect everything that they ask for. But if peradventure you have a way of asking or you have a way of getting those things without asking for this, it's good. Then the other part, what was your second question about? What was the second question again?
He has gone down. He has gone down.
Is there does it matter who foot the bill?
No,
even
no.
in the bad bride price, does it matter who put the bill or who paid it, as long as the parents or the family, both family are present?
Exactly. It doesn't matter. Not at all. Not at all.
All right, Sister Mary, please go ahead.
Yeah. My question is to Mr. Tunisco. Is it that you have a problem understanding what people say, or you have a problem of listening?
Don't ask
the question.
Okay, no, I'm sorry, because Tunisco is causing so much row. We're not hearing the guy. You should please listen and stop complaining. My friend, I don't want to talk. Hey, hello. It's not an attack. It's a question. It's a question I asked.
Don't ask me this foolish question.
It's a question I asked.
I never asked you foolish
Look at who's asking this. Look at who says somebody's asking a foolish question. You have a problem understanding, so shut your gob.
Mr. Mary, please. I don't want that here, please. We are all looking for clarity.
Yeah, but he should please let us hear the guy when he's talking. He should stop jumping in and wait his turn. That is all I ask. No, before now, he's been jumping from one question to another. You should please let us listen.
Hey, I can't. It's a freedom of speech. I can ask any question, but you should not say that I'm jumping. What jumping? What do you mean by jumping?
Tunisco, yeah, you can ask your question.
Lawyer, my question is that, let's say you marry in the customary court, or you didn't pay, you don't have any proof for it. But when is the right time to change your name? And then when you are changing your name to another man's name, what do you need permission from the husband or from the grandfather or not? By changing your name to that family.
I love this question that you just asked. You see, changing of name doesn't hold anything, doesn't hold water anywhere. You can decide to bear any name. I can decide to wake up tomorrow and bear Tinubu, so far I'm not using it for any bad thing. I can decide not to use my husband's name. I can decide to use it. Even after divorce, I can decide to bear that name. So far you are not using it for a crime. So far you are not using it for anything to defame that name. You are free to pick up any name and use. So
let me also ask.
Changing of a name, you need the proof.
Tunisco, 1 minute, please.
You have a follow-up question. Let him.
Okay.
Yeah, according to what you know regarding the Nigerian law, the changing of a name, you need to inform a court that you are changing your name and then make a public announcement by newspaper. Yes or no, lawyer?
Of course.
And then you use that one as a proof.
Hold on, sir.
Anyway, you are going
permission from the owner of the name. You don't need to take permission. My point is that you don't need to take permission from the owner of the name to get any name. I do the necessary documentations to get the name legally, but you don't need permission. I can give birth tomorrow and name my child Mobad or Omaumi. I don't need to take permission from anybody.
For anybody, but you need a public announcement by newspaper, by informing the court, I'm changing my name, so that your document, anywhere you have changed your document,
like from bearing that name, the court will not stop you. You just
they cannot stop you. Yes.
So
you follow the proper. Yes.
In fact, if you are married legally and after divorce, and you tell your wife to stop it, you don't have the right to tell your wife to stop using your name. Don't.
Something to decide.
Can you tell Tunisco that when he asks questions, he should mute? He's not the one answering his own question now. Uh, it's because you don't understand, that's why you're asking. You cannot be answering questions by yourself now.
The law. Please, somebody asked that can FIL invalidate a marriage after his son's death or disown grandson? Can a FIL invalidate marriage after his son's death or disown grandson? I don't know if you understand that question.
Except the man and the woman that inside the marriage themselves. And if peradventure they fulfill the grant of nullification. So because you have grant of nullification or invalidating, which maybe if the marriage is not consummated, if actually they lied, they actually got married based on deceit, or the husband or the wife has the medical conditions that do not inform the wife. Do you get it? So apart from that, nothing can invalidate a marriage. Nobody. So
please, you can go ahead with your question.
Question was, is it compulsory for you to change your last name to your husband's last name after marriage? Is it compulsory?
question the other time. You can decide to do anything with your name. It is not compulsory. You can decide to do anything with your name. You can decide to adopt your husband's name. You can decide not to. So it is your choice.
By law, it's not compulsory, because some people are saying if she was married to this guy, why was she not bearing his last name in her passport, blah, 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 things like that. That was why I was asking.
It's not compulsory.
Ask a question, yeah. A question was asked earlier, and I felt maybe it was not presented, in a clear way for you to understand it clearly. Now, this is the scenario. If you have a one-on-one phone call with someone, no third party involved, and you had a conversation, and the person recorded that conversation, the other party recorded it, and gave it to bloggers to play on social media just to bully you, and after that, he now go to court and said you defamed him by, you defamed him. Is that, how is that defamation? A call that is between you and the person, but the person recorded it and gave it to blogger to broadcast it just to bully you, and the person now moves to court again and say you have defamed him. How does that make any sense to you, sir?
A lot of sense to me, and the sense that it makes to me is that, number one, we should pick it step by step, case by case. Case one, you guys have a private conversation. You did not seek the person's consent before you put it out there, and people start bullying this person. Automatically, you should be sued.
Okay, you did not get it. The person that is claiming it was defamed. Are you there, lawyer? Can you hear
you
me?
mean the person
that is suing that he was defamed was the one that recorded and gave it to me.
Okay. The person that was claiming defamation was one that recorded it and gave it to blogger, right?
That's exactly what happened.
Okay, then that is another turn. Since there is no crime in that, since she's the one that gave it out to blogger herself, so there's no crime in that. Okay.
Now, the law say is suing for what was said is a call. I don't. Please, if you want to ask question, please come up and ask question.
Saying that he's suing for defamation on what was said on the call between two of them,
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, the law.
Okay,
My
okay. Now there's another thing there. What was said between two parties? Like, is it the content or
Yeah, it's what
the
was
what?
said between the two parties.
If it's what was said between two parties, maybe having an argument, or let's just assume that, okay, me and kaycrown is on call and I said, kaycrown, you did this, you did that, you did that. So far there is no public, how do I put it, public embarrassment. It was between me and you. Then no intent of defamation. It's just a case of argument and insults.
Get it?
Do you get
But now the case now went from that. Kaycrown now recorded you in that call.
Okay.
Kaycrown now recorded you. He gave it to Gist Lover, for instance, to say this person called me and did this. I recorded him, but I want you to use it to bully
If adventure, I was the one that insult kaycrown and I took it to Gist Lover, automatically that is I just committed a offense of defamation. So, but if adventure I insulted kaycrown should actually file a suit against him personally, not taking it to the public, because if kaycrown takes it to the public, he is actually setting himself up. You understand? So for dragging, so I was not the one. Yeah, so that's it.
Okay,
So
let me
no crime
ask
against
a
that. No crime
follow-up
with that.
question. Let me ask a follow-up question with that particular topic. If the person that made the call and decided to resue the person that gave the conversation out, because after the recording was given out, she was subjected to bully, she and her child. Can she sue on that? Can she use the same recording to sue the person who gave it out?
Of course, no. Of course. Of course, she can.
Okay, below, I have a question. Since we are now moving in another direction now, so I have a question, which is a major question that has been going up and down. As an activist, where must you draw the line between advocacy and defamation? Where must you draw the line between advocacy and defamation? Thank you.
That is deep. But one thing I can say is that you can actually advocate for people without not insulting people. Most people don't understand how to actually, fight or how to do things. At times, we actually take things emotions, and once things get to your emotional war, we turn it to another thing entirely. So if you are if you're actually fighting or advocating on someone, you should be careful what you say. And that's what we have been taught as a lawyer. We don't just talk based on our emotions. We talk about facts. So that's just cool. Once you base your facts due to emotions, then there's no how you will not pass that boundary. There's no how.
Okay, thank you. So this is a follow-up question. As an advocate, are you allowed to accuse somebody? Are you allowed?
Yeah, there's this part that believes that um he who must claim, or you who must accuse someone, must be ready to defend it without reasonable doubt. So if peradventure you are accusing a particular person, you have to have evidence to back it up. So that's why you have to make sure that you are not being moved by your emotions. If you don't have evidence to back it up, now it becomes a defamation. So if you are telling somebody, if you are accusing someone for stealing your money, and that person decided to take it up legally, or decide to take it up legally, you have to what? You have to back it up with evidence. And if you don't have evidence to back it up, if that person take the case against you, that's defamation, and you have to pay.
Okay, thank you. So this is the last one. So when you pick up such person and then follow the law, pick the person, lend the person as an advocate, because I have issue with freedom of speech, and where people cannot actually draw the line between freedom of speech and defamation. Also, cyberbullying, cyber stalking. Please, can you shed light on this aspect? Thank you.
You see, at times with the way we interpret something, with some things we read, and it's very, very funny. When they say freedom of speech, they don't say freedom to insult or freedom to abuse. You understand? Or they didn't say freedom to accuse when there is no evidence based on what you are thinking or what you are feeling. No, they get it. I've been saying some things this morning, and I never insulted anybody. So you have freedom to talk, but you have to be careful of what you say. Don't just, so now when you're talking about cyberbullying and cyber stalking, all those have their ways. Cyberbullying is somebody putting you up for dragging. They can start coming to your page, accusing you did this, you did that. That's bullying. Stalking is monitoring you every time, challenging you, telling you. For instance, when you know this person is a married woman, you follow that on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, keep commenting, and she tells you, I don't like the way you are following me, or the way you are telling me that you love me, all those things. Automatically you are cyber stalking that person. So all these things have their different angles. You get it? So that's just it. It's total. If you are saying, okay, you are supporting this team, you are supporting this team, that's why I tell people, when you want to argue, make sure that you argue early. Make sure that when you are arguing, you don't insult that person. You don't say, are you stupid, are you mad, don't you have sense, you are this thing, you are automatically I will just keep quiet, because I know that thing is not more healthy. You can actually divide your point without insulting other party, regardless of your emotions. That's the point.
Thank you. Using the word allegedly, people say things and they will say allegedly. Please, can you shed more light? If I decide to sue the person, defaming me all in the name of allegedly, do I stand a chance? Thank you.
Also, we call wordplay, but at times when you use wordplay, you yourself, you are not sure of where you are, and you're actually saying it. Okay, let me just give you a story that happened when I was a child. That daddy got arrested when I was 5 years old. We were staying in a face me, and I was staying in a face me apartment where my parents are staying. And in the midnight, I was hearing that there are two couples crying downstairs in the other apartment. They say, Baba Suraju, you want to look Pamilomo, something like that. But I was sleeping. I was hearing it from my sleep, like so I was not thinking that maybe I think the child had a convulsion or something, died. So, but the woman was crying out of emotions. Baba Suraju, what's Pamilomo? So me as a little boy, I believe that ṣé Baba Suraju ló máa pa ọmọ ìyá Suraju? You understand? So I woke up the next morning, I was playing with my friends. I decided to tell Anisho Bola pé Baba Suraju ló pa ọmọ ìyá Suraju. Not knowing that it was just the woman that was crying out of emotions. So not knowing that it was just the woman that was crying out. So my friend now took the message to this man, and this Baba Suraju is a police officer back then. So he got angry, he said he's going to arrest me, and but we later settled the matter. So what is the point here? The point is, at times you need to just use, and when you are using allegedly to defame somebody, it is not allegedly. You yourself, you are not sure. That's why you are using allegedly. So you have to be sure before you accuse that person. So allegedly self can send you to jail. Have that in the back of your mind. So that's it.
I have a question. Now, sorry, Yakwe, I have a question. You said something now that caught my attention and is striking. You said when that woman was saying that Baba Siwaju lo pa mí lọ́mọ and all of those things, she was saying it out of emotion. Now, if a case is to be established, can somebody be charged, talking based or out of the emotion, just like the way Mohbad died? I know people did not believe that Wunmi was talking out of emotion, and that's what they were saying, that he was pointing at Naira Marley industry gods and blah 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 like that. But we all know that in many cases, that when somebody lost their beloved, they can either be saying, just like you have said, the example, some people will now say, all those kind of things that people will be saying, all those you get. So now, if the case is now to be established, can they hold the woman responsible, for saying that she said this person was the one that take the life of the person, that person was that? I don't know if you understand my question. Can the case be established against that person, that woman?
I understand your point where you're coming from, but one thing about the court is that the court they are not robots. They are human beings. They are there, and there's something we call mens rea, intention. So they will look at the person's intention at times in handling cases like that. So intentions too. If the person is coming from the place of grief, the court look at the intention at times not to go that route. So mens rea is always important. So the intention is really important.
Good morning, sir. Please, I have a question. There's no law in Nigeria that protects children.
What do you mean by that? Come again.
Like the way people come out and bully children online. There's no law in Nigeria that protects kids, like children like
There is the CRA 2003 Child Rights Act.
So how is it someone have to go and write a petition, or because the way things is going on social media, people bully children is in Nigeria is I think that maybe there's no law in Nigeria. That's what I'm like, because if there's law in Nigeria, like by this time they will not allow people children be bullied on social media like that. So I want to know if there's no any step to take on that. That's what I want to know. I don't know if you understand.
One thing is, I understand your question. One thing is that if you don't go to the law, if you don't knock on the door of the law, at times the law will not come to help you. So they have other things. So it is you. For example, if that child has a guardian and the guardian takes a step, then it can surface. But you understand, the law is here for everyone, but you have to knock on the door to open it, to help you. But most times, that's why, okay, for instance, there was a day I was in a police station to bail a client in Lagos, and I saw a child of 12 years old that the mother actually, because the child stole, I think 12,000 or something, the mother actually cut the child, like tear the child out with blade and razor, and blood was coming out. So one of the neighbor actually brought the child to the police station, and they got the mother arrested. So you have to have access to knock on the door for law to take action. So you have to knock on the door so that the law will take action. There are times that there are cases where we have human rights, the human rights department, the child development, child affairs, they take up these kind of cases. You can report to them, and we have a unit in the police station, to the JWC unit. So we have the JWC unit in the police station to that take cases like this too. So the law is there for us, so you just need to access it.
Tiara and Wunmi, if you have a question, please, you can go ahead. Although I have a question too, but you can go ahead with your question.
I need to go somewhere. What is 11:30? Thank you.
Okay, no problem. Yeah, thank you. So, okay, visitor, you can go ahead since Tiara and
it's just a quick one, Barrister. I just want to ask. Somebody's been commenting. I just want to clarify that question for that person. Who has a right to ask for DNA? Who has the right to ask for DNA within the family? Is it the grandfather, the grandmother, the father, or the alleged father? Please, can you elaborate on it?
Girls, this is not the first time I was being invited on this platform, and I've answered this question back then. Remember the first time I was invited to this platform?
She actually asked the question because of there's $1 under the comment section, so she wants you to enlighten the.
So that I don't abuse. I asked that the person writing the comment. So I just want you to elaborate. Maybe the person can learn. That's why I want you to just elaborate on it.
So like I said, number one is that you see, the children are the property of the state government. That's number one. You need to know that and put that in your left mind. So then number two is that the number one and number two custodian of a child is the mother and the father. Apart from those two, nobody else has the right to seek for DNA. Is that the father or the mother? Any other person?
Repeat, sir.
I'm not repeating. I know you want to make an argument of this. So
no. I just want you. The person just came in again. Repeat, sir. Repeat.
I'm not repeating. So because even in the process of getting guidance of a child or custody of a child, even before a father can access or have a custody, a mother can have a custody, they need to seek the consent of the court. So the only time, you see, this is family issues and it's very, very sensitive. Very, very sensitive. And the only time the court can give the guardian of a child to any family member is when, if maybe the father is not alive or is not mentally stable to take care of the child, or the mother is not alive, is not mentally stable to take care of the child, then that is when they cannot consider any other guardian. But if the father is alive or the mother is alive, they are the number one custodian of that child. Now, when it comes to, in fact, like I said last time, when you are having a custody battle in court, you are applying for a custody, you want a sole custody of your child, definitely they will ask you, how are you going to take care of this child? What is your plan for this child? And I'm always busy, I work from 7 to 7, so the children will be with my mother or with my father. The court will not grant you custody. They will never. Because automatically they are looking for someone who is capable, who is mentally ready, who is available to take care of the child. So at times I do advise my clients not to have that kind of mentality, that saying, even if you want to do it, it should be at the back of your mind. But you saying it out there, so that just proves to the fact that I said that your parents, both the father or the mother, the number one custodian of the child, before a family member can be considered, it has to be considered with the consent of the court. That's the position of the law. The law don't just give any family member the custody of a child. It has to be with the best interest of the child and the consent of the law. So now the father is no more alive. Nobody can ask to have the right to ask for DNA. Since the father is not alive, nobody has the right to ask for DNA.
Elizabeth, what do you know about?
I'll also be going off. And again, the last part.
Sorry, she just said then, why did the court grant Mohbad's father order to do the DNA? Please enlighten them that there was a consent from the mother's child. Thank you.
Regardless, I don't follow the story. I'm not the kind of person that follows this like that. But regardless of, that was the discretion of the court. But the thing is, the position of the law as it stands, no one has the right to ask for DNA. Like you said the mother consented to it. Definitely, if the mother consented to it, there's no problem. But, and again, one of the reasons is that, you see, once, in fact, you don't even need DNA. That's what poor people do not even get. You don't even need a DNA to accept that that child is the child of the father. You don't need DNA. The reason why you don't need DNA is that no tradition or law would discriminate a child by the position of birth or anything that will say so far the father when he was alive has accepted that child as his own child, regardless whether he's a child or he's not the child. The child of that man. Once there is a proof that when that man was alive, he accepted the child as his own child, and there's any no even if eventually the child decides to say, "Oh, he's not my father," but at that point, he's entitled to any right the father has, because when the man was alive, he acknowledges that child as his child. Whatever the outcome of the DNA is, the child is still of the child of that man. That's it. That's
Please let me quickly ask a question concerning this DNA. If there's an ongoing case in the court of law, there's an ongoing investigation and the police did not in any way declare that a DNA should be done, that a DNA is needed, can the public in their own madness come out and request for DNA even when the investigators or the police never made mention of it?
Coco Berry just said no now. I'm fighting for my lawyer now. My lawyer said no now.
No, that one is different now. You know, they said the police don't know their job. They are not doing their job. So definitely they are the one that know everything. So I want our lawyer to help us and educate them.
He's not our lawyer. Lawyer. Which one is our lawyer? Lawyer.
Okay, Mr. Lawyer to help us and educate them. Can the public make decisions for the police?
The thing is, this is a civil matter. And even in fact, the police does not even have, if because of maybe the murder case or something. This, when it comes to DNA, child, blah blah blah, it's a civil matter. The police don't have any jurisdiction. It's a civil matter. The police does not have an order or any reason, except if they are doing it to uncover a crime. But if it is family issue itself, is a civil matter, and the police does not have jurisdiction over it. So they don't have business with whether who is the father of the child or this person is not the father of the child. They don't have any business with it. But even
we are not hearing anymore.
What do you call our lawyer? Did they threaten her for back?
Hey, you don't call him our lawyer now. You see?
Okay. Sorry, slip of tongue. I don't
for context.
I'm just joking.
Yeah, I said for context. I say it's our lawyer. For context.
Yeah.
You see now. You see that I was correct. I said what I said was correct.
Don't mind me. I dey follow you drag position.
Because he's our guest, so we can say our guest, our lawyer.
I beg, kaycrown. Can you mute this Elizabeth? Make she just listen. This way, go school. They don't school am. You see, they ask question. Our lawyer, I want to ask you another thing, please.
So that
the public. Okay.
So that might hold on. I want you to be very civil. Sometimes people do not have knowledge. See the way she's asked that same question. All of us should have been that there have been evidence posted where we consented to doing DNA because she just wanted it done with. There was a reason why the judge called me on the phone because she wasn't present. But they called her on the video call to confirm. Are you sure you still want to go ahead? Because your grandfather and I they asked for the DNA. Grandfather and I they asked for the DNA, and she consented. They posted it online. If you don't see it, please, can you go and look all the updates? All the bloggers have posted it and highlighted when Mumi consented. Yeah? And stop asking the same question. It's very, very annoying.
Auntie Major, don't answer that Elizabeth. Say, I want other side. Leave
her. She may not know. Leave her.
Almost say, visitor, if you want left for you are our big sister. You are mad, lo buku. Malo.
So the law. Now my question is this: if you have said that, okay, I think you have answered it anyway. You've answered it. Because I wanted to ask that, since you said this is the only father that can ask for DNA, so I wanted to ask that why is the court still granting the father-in-law, the access or the opportunity to also debate, talk on the DNA. But since you said since there's a consent from the mother, then there's no problem. So you've answered it. No one. Thank you very much.
Lawyer, one more question. Please, can you help us to beg visitor? They should release my friend, my besties in Kirikiri, chilling with the Most High.
Lawyer, I beg, see my hand. See,
please.
What's the protocol in Darileni?
Let me explain something, lawyer.
Visitor, necessary.
This person, hold on, I'll be very quick, RSM. This person in question went online and defamed and bullied the minor. In fact, she threatened the life of a minor. She was reported to the police and she got arrested, and she's now in Kirikiri, subject to bail until on the 7th of October. So tell me, how is that my own problem? Because I don't know why people are calling my name. She's asking what I'll find. How is that my problem? Am I the law?
All is well.
Thank you.
They have come and bully you in your inbox. Lawyer, don't fear.
Show that my place. Carol, good morning, counsel. Please, I know in the American legal system there is a difference between the concept of biological father and legal father. Do we practice the same concept in the Nigeria jurisprudence?
I'll say it's kind of dicey. This is a two-way thing, and I'll say it's because the biological father, the legal father, it depends on the position of the law when it comes to being a father is once DNA can be proved, automatically you are the father of that child, regardless of any other legal position, even in a legal marriage. Once you even get a married woman pregnant, let's just assume that, okay, I got VC10 is married and I got her pregnant, and I want to claim the child away from her. And she's in a legal marriage. Do you get it?
Why didn't you use me? You are going to use my auntie.
Sorry. It's the first name I saw on this. Automatically. No, the position of the law states that it's going. If, for example, if the husband is not denying the fact that he's the father of that child, but the court now there is a paternity test that states the fact that I'm the father of that child, then the court will not stop. The court will not stop me from claiming that child, because when it comes to paternity in Nigeria, it is biological, it is sperm donor, it is DNA, it is fact. The court doesn't believe with any tradition or emotions. The court looks at facts. So one, it can be proved, and whether the father is responsible or not responsible, once it can be proved in court and through DNA that is the father of that child, nothing can stop that man from having access or either custody of that child. So it is a matter of fact.
For example, using sorry to use the American scale, when a father becomes the legal father at birth, that means basically attesting his signature on the child's certificate. He holds all responsibility on that child until, if he decides, he has to prove that he is not the biological father, and the court has to accept that the person is not to remove that responsibility of being the legal father. Because sometimes, even if why this comes up is especially in cases of where, okay, there has been a child outside wedlock and a man has been held as the legal father at birth since he attested his name on the birth certificate. Then when it comes up with this child support and all that stuff, then they do a DNA and they find out that the child does not belong to the man. The man still has to go and apply to the court to remove him from being responsible, from being the legal father. Because even without without the DNA being, the DNA not showing that he is not the biological father, he still has responsibility over that child until the court determines that he is no longer the legal father of that child.
Okay.
So why I brought this in this concept?
But in Nigeria, okay.
Yeah, go on.
But in Nigeria, yeah, the thing what we look is, well, if peradventure it is the child is from a legal marriage. When I say the man is married to the woman legally and by, in Nigeria, there's nothing like paternity fraud in Nigeria. There's nothing like paternity fraud in Nigeria. Every child has a father. No child is a bastard, according to Nigeria. So automatically, if it is a child of that marriage, then the man, and the marriage is a legal marriage, like marriage under the heart, then regardless of whether DNA says no, so far there is nobody outside claiming the paternity of that child. Nobody claiming, yes, except if there is a claim. But if there is no claim, the husband of that marriage becomes the father of that child, regardless whether he's a real biological child or not. It is compulsory for the father to take care of that child until the age of 18 years.
Exactly.
It is mandatory.
So I'm just going to go over time. So why I think brought that narrative is, since we have a situation now where the legal father and biological father has accepted the rights of a child on his demise. After his demise, no other party can come up and say they want to change that.
Come again, please.
You understand? I said there is this situation now. We have a person who has accepted that is the legal father and also the biological father of an infant.
Okay.
Then after the demise, family members of that family or certain members of that man, deceased man, want to now come and change its responsibility. They want to come and fight and say, "Oh, the disease is no longer there." Is that possible?
It's not possible. In fact, I explained this the other time that, in fact, even if the man knows that it's not his own child from before he died, and he accepted, even adopted child has the same rights as legitimate child. So far during his life, he has accepted that this is my child. Nothing can change it.
Exactly. That's what I was trying to get the narrative. That's
the number one point. That you have. I can decide to adopt a child now, and if I'm no more, the child still remains my child, and every other right that those other children has, that child has the same right. So that's why I said in Nigerian law, no child is a bastard. Every child has a father.
So can I ask my own last question, lawyer, please?
I need to go. Okay. Yes.
What you are saying?
Yes.
This is the last one. This is the last one before you go. Please, I don't want to attack. Is a weaknesses, and we have recording on the social media. What I'm going to say, nobody should attack me because they follow us weaknesses. According to these Mubak cases, we have some people that witness this case in the court that confirm that the father of the boy say that he want to throw the boy from the Tomland Bridge, and the second one, the grandfather also confirmed that Mohbad wanted to marry this woman when he was alive, but because he saw that this woman is not honest in the marriage or in their relationship, that's the reason why I say he should not marry. That's the reason why Mohbad refused to marry her. So what do you do in such way? By accepting a child that the father already rejected the child, and the witnesses say it in the court. That this is what happened day before.
Mr. Antonescu, if you come to court and maybe I'm the magistrate, or the one question I'll ask you is that, do you have proof of what you're saying? Can you prove it?
Yeah, the person say he can prove it because he was there. He was the witness.
And they provide evidences beyond reasonable doubt. You can't just. You provide evidences beyond reasonable doubt. And you see, when you are talking about this case, one thing you people don't know is that the number one priority that the court will look at is the best interest of the child, regardless of all your emotions. The court will protect the best interest of the child.
Yeah.
Yeah. So regardless, even if it's white or black,
lawyer,
the best interest of the child.
Lawyer, sir, please.
Yeah, sure.
I understand what let me. Okay.
Let me finish, please. And then the second one is about the second one. The grandfather also confirmed that this is the reason why my son refused to marry this his girlfriend, because he
Somebody was saying
he have a weakness
yes
in
in
more
the
than
comment
3 or
section.
4.
It is not
Huh?
a case that will determine a case. This kind
Lawyer,
of case that
please
will determine.
ignore comment section. Don't answer comment section. They can abuse, just ignore them. They have been abusing me also since you don't see, I didn't attend to anybody in the comment section. Ignore them, please. Ignore comment section. Let them write anything they want to write. Now then get their data and their phone.
Like, go straight to the point. I need to go off very soon.
Sorry, quickly. Lawyer, let me quickly ask you this question. Misko, sorry. Please, please give me 1 minute, yeah? Please mute. Please kindly mute to Misko for me. I just want to ask the lawyer a question. Please, lawyer, I just want to, can you use a deceased person as a witness statement in court? Please, can you elaborate on that?
A deceased person. New business now.
Huh?
It doesn't have any business now.
Because that's what Misko is trying to say. That the grandfather is alleging that his son told him that he doesn't want to marry the wife anymore because she cheated. And we've been telling them as intellectuals that you cannot use the deceased person's statement except the deceased person is alive too as a witness. Am I right or wrong?
But it depends. It depends. There is an exception. It depends.
Okay. Yeah. Elaborate on this. Give us an example.
For instance, if I venture, maybe at the point of death, maybe there is a will.
There is no will.
The man wait, just let me explain. I'm just giving you exception and the example. I want to give you an example. Maybe a man has maybe kaycrown is my child and I've willed all my property to kaycrown, and kaycrown knows that okay, I've given him all this will, and at the point of death, or to what causes my death is kaycrown. Let's say kaycrown was one that poisoned me, knowing that he could actually get these properties when I die automatically, and then I found out at my point of death. And the one of that, if kaycrown, the person that is trying to gain the property, is the one that caused my death, automatically if there is evidence to prove to that, then that person will not have access to that property, regardless of what is in the will. Are you getting my point? Even if it is written in the will, do you get it? Even if it is written in the will that I'm willing all my property to kaycrown, but kaycrown was, and I found out at the point of death that kaycrown was the cause of my death, and there's evidences in court to tender that part. At that point, regardless of what is in the will, it will not stand.
Okay, the law.
So that's the law.
The law, please. Somebody is asking.
So that man is waiting now.
Please,
Wait. The law. I think the question here is what constitutes as an evidence in such situation? Is it my son told me without anything to substantiate it? That's the question they are asking.
That is hearsay. And in cases that determines the future of a child, we cannot admit hearsay at all. Mogbo and Koba is Sobai and Koba is Sobai. It is not proven beyond reasonable doubt. Evidence will any.
Yeah, sorry. Somebody said, can deceased lawyer continue to be a lawyer to the deceased wife? Lawyer, please answer me.
I don't know how to answer that one. I cannot answer that one.
I think the person is just ahead.
Everybody can decide to pick any lawyer you want to.
Okay.
Good morning, counsel. Please let me quickly ask this question. In a case where there were 5 or 6 witnesses in a confined area, and the testimony of one is against the other 5, which would the court normally attest to?
Anyway, I can't actually give you 100% answer to that, but that will be on the discretion of the court. You can have more. It is not by
something. 6 people were in a vehicle, and one person had a very variant witness or testament to the rest of the other.
The issue of the case is not always like. You see, that's why I say the court are not robots. They are human beings. They have brains. You understand? anything can happen. Okay, in a situation whereby a compound, maybe something happened in a particular compound, and everybody has planned to gang up against that person, gang up against the
No,
person. I'm
that's
just
not what
giving
it
an
has to
example.
be on the quality.
As I said,
It has to be
I
on,
cannot determine the outcome based on.
no, wait, I'm saying based on the quality of the evidence provided. Just based on
If it's based on the quality of the
what they
evidence,
said. That's what I'm saying.
yes.
There is
If
no
it's based
recorded
on the
evidence. Just
quality,
this is what I heard, and this is what I heard. That's basically oral testimony. What did you hear? And one person's testimony differs from the other five.
if it's based on the quality, yes.
Yeah.
And in fact, self, you might even have evidence and still not win the case. So
exactly.
it's based on the discretion of the judge.
I'm just referring to the countries by
in fact, at times, the fact that you have evidences doesn't mean that that's the position of the law. Did you get it?
No, because
so
I get it. Why I'm raising it, because UNESCO raised one question earlier where 6 people were in a vehicle and only one person came out and said, this person said this, while the other said, none of that happened. And certain people are now following that testimony because it suits their narrative, and discrediting the order because it doesn't suit their narrative. That's why I said in the law court, if all these 6 people were brought before the judge, based on the quality of the testimony, if it's just based on hearsay, obviously I believe the court will go for the other 5 because based on the quality, except the other one has a recorded statement, like an audio recorded statement or something to prove. There's no way one person will override the 5 other people. And whereas the 5 people do not
Mr. RSM, I think the lawyer has gone. No, I don't think he's okay.
Oh, he has gone already.
Good morning, kaycrown. Kaycrown, well done. No, this is a very interesting show. Well done, you are doing a very good one. To be honest, good morning, everybody. In fact, I've been on the FYP. I've been watching, and I'm thinking in my mind that if we started J4M like this, probably would not be where we are. When people who are experts in field can come and talk without sentiment, people who are not even part of the J4M Ula Balu, if we can have them on shows, probably people can have an informed view about this case. Not just people who have not even seen the 4 walls of the classroom, not people who are not even medical personnel, people who are not even legal personnel, that will just speak on a topic based on sentiment, not based on something that is obtainable before any court of law. So, like I said again, well done, kaycrown, well done. You are doing a very good one. The reason why I even came up, I don't know if the lawyer is here, and I just want to rub mind with him because I'm a little bit concerned. I just want him to lecture us on Evidence Act. Like in a case of a death of somebody, what is the importance of toxicology and autopsy results? In a case whereby somebody died and we are trying to look for the cause of death, whereby in the case of homicide, whatever, I want him to just, if it's just 2 or 3 minutes, because if it's Benin is talking, they might say, oh, Benin is for Wumi. So I want somebody who is not on both sides to just speak briefly on it, that in a case of death of somebody, what is the importance of a toxicology and autopsy test? Like, what is the importance? Like, I even want him to lecture me. I'm not a lawyer here now. I just want to be somebody who is just listening. What is the importance of a toxicology and autopsy results and witness statement? I'm kind of curious because it's been a while I've left the shores of Nigeria. It's possible maybe the Evidence Act has changed that I am not privy to. So I want him, if he was around, that was even the reason why I came up. Because on this case, I've seen people argue outside toxicology, witness statements, CTC reports, autopsy results. So I really want to know. I really am interested that as the court system got to a stage that these important and salient results are put aside and the court go with the word of the mouth of people on social media. So yeah, thank you, kaycrown. Thank you.
Like
like like it has always been on two occasions that lawyer, this particular lawyer has come up. It has not been a planned one. Sometimes we just see him on the FYP, and I was just like, let me even just use the opportunity to ask question and bring him up. I've not had any prior, agreement or arrangement with him. I've never. So apart from the other lady that I brought, the mortician, as at that time that I had prior plan with and stuff like that. So I think maybe I will have a talk with him, so so that we can give us more time, so that we can ask some of these questions and all that. I think and I also think things like this, like you said, programs like the where we have professionals to come on board and ask them questions. Not that we should not be putting words in their mouth, because if you observe some professionals that have been on other platforms, they tend to infuse things into their mouth, and that is why you see that I don't get myself too fully involved when I'm bringing a game, because I know that this is a professional, so every other person can ask question, so that it's not as if I'm putting words, I've said this thing, I've said that, I've said this, I've briefed the lawyer or briefed the guest or stuff like that. So most times when professional comes on different platforms, they must have why they're asking that question, they will even be infusing things, giving the person hints, leads and stuff like that,
And kaycrown, sorry to interject. You see, the problem we have is that if they invite somebody who is an expert in his or her field, and you come up and you are asking questions that has not been said before oath in a court of law, you are doing yourself a disservice, honestly. If somebody come up now and you are telling the lawyer that, oh please, oh lawyer, if somebody enter the house, there's a pool of blood, was that said at the coroner? Was that said to the police? You are doing yourself a disservice, because you will not learn. You will still be stuck in your way of thinking, because you can only agree on something that is tenable. Anybody can say anything. I can say I am the first child of Obasanjo. I can say I am the Queen of England. But can I say it before a court? Can I say it under oath? That is what makes it a statement of fact. Anybody can say anything. For example, now, just like what you said, if you are saying that you are speaking on hearsay, I can say that, okay, for example, Prof, I know that you are a bastard. So would you, to Nisco, would you run with that? Or let me say, because I'm close to Prof, I would say Prof is a woman, he's not a man, no. And I will say that, and God forbid, maybe something come up, and you will not go and quote me that, even the friend of Prof said that Prof is a man. You will get yourself in trouble, because it's hearsay. But if I go before the court of law, before a judge, and I say that you go ahead to go and spread that, you can still defend yourself, that in the case of so and so, you said this on that oath. But it's Nigeria that I see that people, they will abandon things that has been said on that oath, and they will run with hearsays. I don't know. See, anyway, I just, well done, kaycrown. That's what I will say. Well done.
I even have the plan on trying to invite somebody that works with this NIN. I have the plan of inviting kind of person, so that people can ask questions as regarding NIN. Anything that has to do with controversy. This is what I just like doing. Okay, let's get people that work there, that knows that if there's a possibility or not, let them educate us. Are there things that we are missing? Are there things that we need to know that we don't know? But my last video that I posted online, I said something that, see, you may not like somebody, but we should not take away the truth. We should not take away that truth. Yes, I might not like this person, I might not be supporting this person, but then we should never, because the truth is the one that sets free, that distinguished whatever our emotion, our hatred. You might hate that person, but it should not take away the truth that, okay, this thing is actually the truth.
So that is where I'm even particular. I'm always coming from. So yeah, you might have said that this person, but then this is and if you remember, the lawyer always say the position of the law. The position of the law. So you might even have evidence, you might even say allegedly, but the law, what is the position of the law concerning this part of this particular thing? What is the position of the law? Thank you so much for the gift. What is the position of the law? So many times we need to get ourselves, and again, what after being educated about a particular thing, what do we do with that education? Do we still argue? Another thing, do we still argue? Do we still run with that thing, that narrative that we have in our mind, even after being educated by a professional? And another is where the problem always comes from again. Because so what is the point of even having a professional to talk to us? Like I said, there are a lot of professionals in this J4M. When they talk, you argue based on he's supporting this person, he's supporting that person. Fair enough. But when we have a neutral person, what do you think? What is always your take home? What is always your take home in every questions that has been answered? What is always your take home? Do you now have a different perspective, or do you still want to follow that trend? And if you keep on following that trend, let me expand. If you now keep on following that trend, it means you are not actually looking for justice. I don't know if you understand, if anybody understand. If you are being educated, if courts is saying this, that, and you are having issue with it against the court, you now bring a professional that has not even gone to the inquest, that has not gone to the court, that have not attended, but understand the position of the law in that matter, and is able to educate you, that still tallies with what every other person is saying. Then, and you are still arguing, you are not letting.
kaycrown, you know the reason why?
Yeah.
Nigerians as a country, Nigeria as a society, Nigeria as a community, we are sentimental people. We are not realists.
Yeah.
You get what I mean? It's only Nigeria that we see that people will shred you to pieces based on your own truth. This is my truth. This is what I believe in. This is what I'm standing on. Nigeria will judge you for deciding not to get married. Nigeria will judge you deciding not to be an atheist, that you don't believe in God. Nigeria, and that's why you have so many people who are hypocrites in Nigeria. They cannot even stand by their truth. They don't even know their truth, because Nigeria is a judgmental society. Everything is based on sentiment. Why you do like that now? Why you go and claim our husband property now? Here in the UK, we have life insurance. People are taking out life insurance for their children, for their husband. Does that mean they wish them bad? It's because they are realists. And that is why you see them, they will never find themselves in hot water, because they plan ahead. If somebody has a case which her husband was pursuing before he passed away, and she decided to continue it, how is that a problem? When husbands and wives, they take out life insurance for themselves, and once the husband and wife passed away, they will claim that life insurance, because they will need it to pay for the burial, they will need it to do so many things, because at the end of it all, this life doesn't wait for anybody. This life will not wait for you to mourn. kaycrown. Life continues. Life continues. And this lady, this widow, Omoumi, during Mohbad's lifetime, she never had a job. She didn't have any source of livelihood. She has a child to fend for. So why are you people judging such a person? It's because Nigeria is sentimental. And take it from me, victimization of vulnerable people. I'm not even going to talk about widow here. Victimization of vulnerable people is as old as time itself in Nigeria. That is it. If you are a disabled person, they would try and abuse you. If you are a widow, they will try and abuse you. If you are a minor, they will try and abuse you. If you are a female, they will try to disinherit you. So it's as old as time itself. That's why I am not surprised there. I am not surprised because there's nothing that Omowumi has done that nobody in his or her right senses will not do. And we have people who have grew up with their mothers who were widows. They saw what she went through. They saw how the family tried to cheat them out of it. And if they had the support Omowumi had, they would be grateful for their mothers. But they have a problem with it. They have a problem with it. Nigeria is so sentimental that, see, kaycrown, if you like, invite Wole Soyinka. If you like, go and wake Gani Fawehinmi from where he's lying down. Kaycrown, I'm telling you, they will not listen because they believe that their feelings override everything. Their feelings override every sense of reasoning. At the end of it all, now cause they go curse you. They will curse you. If they see that they try to argue, and you keep putting them in a box, they will say, may something happen to your brother. What happened to Mohbad happen to you? Like, who that one help now? You go cause tire. Who give a F? You see this one now with the Olosho group. When we are trying to argue sensibly, when we are trying to argue on facts, when we are trying to argue like with sense, you will see people like this. And you say you want to convince people like this, kaycrown. The Lord is your strength too. But I know that people that will learn, they will learn. People that will learn, they will learn. Because tell me that you will see people. In fact, I used to say that people who are against Omowumi, I've never met anyone that I can challenge one-on-one. Because if you're arguing with them, they will not argue on something that is obtainable. You cannot come to me, Bene, and come and be argue based on conspiracy theories. You are going to lose me there.
Of course.
You okay, you want to go and meet a foolish person in their game. They will beat you at it now. So why are you wasting your time? Because me, I will argue based on facts. I will argue because that was how I was. Maybe because I'm a lawyer myself. I will argue based on fact, on something that I can see, something that I can hold, not something that you will tell me that will happen in the future. I'm not interested in that, man. I'm not. So if you say that you want to come and be educating people, kaycrown, just do your own, that you are doing your show, and let he who has ears, let them hear. Just know that you are doing it. Don't expect anything. Don't expect that you want to change some people's mind. Till the world come to an end, some people will still be telling you that Jesus did not die on the cross of Calvary. There are some people like that. And so, what I was saying here, people will believe what they want to believe. You get what I mean? People, but the thing there is that for people like ourselves here, that we are standing behind Omowumi, we will not allow your sentiments, we will not allow your belief to cause harm to a widow. We won't allow that. You can do whatever you want to do with your belief. With your belief. Nobody cares. It's your belief. At the end of it all, is your belief. But we will not allow you to use that your belief to inflict pain on Omowumi, to cheat her out of what belongs to her and her child, to malign her. We will not allow that. Your belief, keep am for your house. Share am among your family. Make una eat am for dinner table. But don't bring it to come and cause am problem. We won't allow that. Yeah, thank you. Tunisco, you can come in.
Good morning. Tunisco, hold on a minute, please. Good morning, kaycrown. Bene, good morning. Good morning, Shoda Might. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning, sis.
One of the things that Tunisco said that I just want to quickly ask him was, you, Tunisco, I know you're not one person. Honestly, if not for kaycrown and Bene that is here, I won't be in the same breathing space with you, Tunisco, and it is not an insult. It is a statement of fact. The thing is, when you said that somebody said they're going to throw a child in third mainland bridge, were you not there when the same person that has been accused of saying it went somewhere and said, bring a proof of where I have said it? Okay. Did you not hear when that person actually said it?
That's
Bring
Spendy.
a
Now, when
proof.
Spendy said it to
Exactly.
JC, kaycrown, you are aware now.
The
When
same
Spendy went there
Sunday.
now to go and
Why are
challenge,
you attacking me? Why don't you
I'm not attacking you,
that to
Tunisco. I'm
spending?
saying a
Because
statement of
spending
fact.
is one that's sending, not Tunisco that's sending
Yes.
the Corona call.
Listen,
So why are you attacking Tunisco? You are not attacking spending.
Tunisco. See,
You
this is
only
why
be
I said.
beating. You can see I moved one. we are talking now. Can you just wait on? Let me answer what you asked.
No, maybe you should break it down. For example,
Okay. When the spending said in the court of law, in
Can you bring a proof
and
where
he
spending
proved
said
it.
it in court?
Yeah, is there anything now? If we need
where
you
is
go to
it?
Corona Court,
You see?
they will give you. If you go to Corona Court, they will give you the document.
Tunisco,
Okay,
can
it's there.
you bring
And then,
where? Have you seen it? Have you read it? Did you read
yes,
it with your read it with
yes,
your two
yes,
koro koro
yes,
eyes?
yeah, I read the Kokoro
You
eyes.
read it with your two koro
Say,
koro eyes.
UNESCO,
but I'm
I was
not, I
informed.
don't, if I have time, I don't have time to go and bring it out because I'm too
Where are
busy
you
more than
keeping
that.
it? Did you keep it in
Sammy,
your
you're just
And then
forgetting.
you guys should get it. If you get it
Forgetting,
or not, you
honestly.
don't need to bring
Forgetting.
emotional to this case. This
Just
case is a
forgetting because
public case.
cannot forget. You cannot
Any
Tunisco?
case, any
Sister
I
case that's
cannot
Mayor.
on
be
social
emotional where
media
you are.
Sister
Honestly.
Mayor.
is a
Sister Mayor.
public case.
Sister
And
Mayor, you
you should
cannot
not
follow.
act
You can.
emotional to it.
You are
Any
the one
case
that is
that
being
is not,
emotional here.
and
Tunisco.
if you want any case that doesn't want to
You
come
are
into,
the
you
one that
see
is
P
emotional
Square,
here because you are not speaking
the
on
P
something that is
Square, you can see
fact.
it's a
1
family
minute.
matter. P Square story.
Kaycrown, 1 minute,
That's the
please.
family issue. But once
Can
they
I
bring
say
it to
something?
social media, people will discuss about it, and people will stay back and front. People will
Tunisco,
say
there is
this one will
difference
say
between
left, another
discussing
one will say
something
right.
and lying about
So a
something.
public
It's two
case,
different
you should not
things.
be saying that nobody should discuss about it. Even when you don't want people to discuss about it, you rather
You
go bring
see?
it to
Did
social
anyone
media.
say you shouldn't
And then
discuss?
you should understand in this case of Mohbad, it's a worldwide case. It's not you can see the police said it. Mohbad case is a national case
Oh yeah. So
that the
you want to
whole
Can I
wide
believe the
world
say
is
police?
discussing
something,
about
please?
it.
1 minute.
Okay,
So
go on,
one
go on.
person should
Police
not
go
say
1
that he
minute.
should not do this, he should not discuss this. When you know that it's a worldwide case, it's not a room case, it's not a room you settle in your room, it's not a room you settle in your family. It's a case that is discussing all over the world, all over the world. So it's a public case, and then anybody should have in their brain that
Now,
when
please, can
anybody is
I
joining
say something?
anybody
This guy is
is
just repeating the same thing. We know it's
so
not it's a public case.
he
Hold on,
should
hold
get
on.
it right.
Hold on,
Hold on,
Tunisco.
hold on,
Please
hold
It's a
on.
public case.
just mute him. See, Sister Mayor, you cannot follow your me and don't know how to lie. It's not possible.
Hold on,
You can't follow your me and don't know how to
You
lie.
can't
Bless you.
continue
It's
saying
not
that
possible.
one with me, blah blah blah.
Yeah, it's
You
not
do like
possible. You can't be a Yomi student
people
and
is
not know
not
how to
judging
lie.
her.
It's not possible.
Tunisco, can you give
Just
me 1 minute, please? Can you hold
Yeah,
on?
go on, prof.
Yeah, thank you. Why do you have the compulsion to go about and peddle lies? You just go about and you start lying. The same way you said Shodamite in the court that the evidences against her were not, there was no evidence against her. You go about, you lie. You are here now saying on the CTC, they said they want to throw the baby out. Where did you see that? There was nothing like that on the CTC, but you go about,
One
you
of
just
your
keep
people
lying.
already
And that is,
confirmed me.
listen, hold on. And that is why they said that in one of the things they wrote about Shodama, they said some people are lied. And
You
I
are
heard you
missing
are
two
one of them. You
together.
are
You
one
are
of the,
missing two
they
things
said you,
together.
hold on now. They said you are one of the co-conspirators of Shodamite and you are at large. Police are looking for you. What is
Fuck
wrong with
that
you? You go
life.
about, you just
You
keep
guys,
lying
I don't
around.
fall
What
for
the
that
fuck is wrong with
shit.
you guys?
I don't
You
fall for
are,
it.
why are you at
I don't
large? Why
fall
have
for
you not
it. Get
submitted
it in your
yourself to the
score.
police, man?
Mi ò sí lára àwọn tó wà lé Mohbad nígbà tí Mohbad kú. Get it in your score. You guys should go to hell with that line. Go to
It
hell.
doesn't matter. It doesn't
What
matter.
is that are you talking? Go. You
But
guys should go to.
Shodamite is in prison right now. But she was not at Mohbad's house now. It is you are one of the people that are putting people in trouble, going about saying all sorts of things on their platform. And when they have problem, you go and you go to another person's platform to still continue peddling your lies. Come on, man.
UNESCO, please, you can't tell people to go to hell. Please don't use such words on people, please.
But
Hold on. Hold on. No, wait, hold on. Tunisco, please hold on. Both of you people are having discussion, okay? And because nobody wants to be, hold on for each other. You don't say people should go to hell. It's not that statement. Go to hell is not a good statement on anybody. Please, let us keep our emotions and let us watch our mouth. Please, if you want to say something, you stop. Please
Thank
don't
you,
tell people to get
kaycrown.
I got you. So that it will not be as if this thing.
Okay. Tunisco, can you, in all honesty, can you swear that you read it in spending CTC, that it is there, you read it, that you actually read it, that they didn't feed you with it, oh, you read it with your two koro eyes. Can you swear by that?
Spending, no, not prime boy or
Not,
whoever.
not
Spending.
find
I
out
don't. Does
that
he know
you
who is
read
spending,
it
Sha?
in spending
Even
CTC.
in Prime Boy CTC, there was
Even
nothing
no,
like
no, no,
that.
no, prof. No, let's
Let's
even
take it
not
one
talk.
by
I'm
one.
talking about spending. Let's start for spending. Spending. Do you know spending? The small one, not the one that is big, oh, not the one that comes online every time. Oh. Spending, the one that gave them the nurse number to this school. That is spending.
So can you answer that
Spending
question?
or prime boy, one of them said it, and then you guys should go and ask them
To
all the
this school,
question
you
you
are
ask.
a face liar.
Tunisco.
Whether
You are
it's a
a
spending
liar. You are
or
a
prime
liar
boy,
from the pit of
I didn't
hell.
mention name
And
when I
shame
asked the
on you.
lawyer.
You
What
are
I
a
say,
You
liar to
he
this
did.
said in
school.
the
You
court.
You
you
are
actually
a
did.
So you
liar.
guys should
You
go
are a
and ask
liar
them
just like
or go and
your mentor, your
read the court
you are a
document.
liar. Liar, yeah. You should be ashamed of
See,
yourself. Coming online to come and lie. You
Ah,
are
and
a
you're an
liar like your
adult. You're
when
an
mentor.
I
adult married
Shame
man.
on
asked
you.
the lawyer a
Nah,
question,
nah,
did I
Shame
nah.
mention
on
name?
you, Tunisco. Shame on you. You
K-Crown,
are a
say true
liar.
to God. Did I mention name?
You are a liar. Get what? Please. I don't want
K-Crown,
to
did I
don't even
mention
bring me to
name? Say the
character,
truth.
please.
Did I mention name? You
You are
say
a
it.
liar, please.
When I asked the question, I says they say in the court.
You see, Tunisco has never read even one page of the CTC. He has
God
never
bless
Yes,
you.
read
that's your
anything. He's just
belief.
going around
That's
peddling
your
lies.
belief. Sit down there. Joko
Kaycrown.
síbẹ̀ kó ṣe ra nǹkan jọ́ tó lọ tán.
So,
Let me say
Tunisco,
Kaycrown.
let me
Let me
say
say
something as
Kaycrown.
to make
At least I have
stop. No.
for this guy postcode. Today, he said he's gonna send his postcode. Kaycrown. He said he's gonna send his postcode to me. I'm still waiting to Moscow. I'm waiting for your postcode, okay? We Send can't your hear you. postcode to my dear. Eh,
Um,
Mr. Tunisco, at least on two occasions that spending was in court, Corona court, I was there. You
Okay,
understand?
good.
I was, so, and I witnessed, at least I heard a lot of things that was asked, spending was asked. And that was why you see all those things were just narrative that was flying. But when it comes to the court and part of the questions that were being asked, such questions was never asked. And that was why when Bukky Jesse was peddling it, Spending had to go and debunk it and said he never said something of such, and such never happened. Do you understand? So, Mr. Tunisco, it is good. See, I understand that you've heard a whole lot of things, you've heard a whole lot of narrative, but when people are now trying to like correct, that narrative and put it in the right perspective, I think you should not challenge it, because if you keep on challenging it, then you have that a lot of controversies will keep on, coming up. Like I said, I was in court on two occasions that Spending was invited, and such questions were never asked. It were just those narrative that is flying is different from what they were being asked in court, and it is what they were being
Sorry,
hold
Kekra.
on
It will even do him well if he say it's a narrative he heard on TikTok. But he will still,
that's what I'm saying.
I mean, boldface, he will say he read it in the CTC. I mean, what kind of thing is that?
I think most of them usually mix everything together. Narrative that is flying is different from what they are being asked in court, and it is what they are being asked in court. That is what you should actually follow. That is what you should actually follow, because all the narrative outside doesn't even matter. It is the ones that the lawyers and their citizens, what they've said, what they've admitted, that is what you should do. And that was when Bukky Jesse, when she was peddling it, she was saying he had to go. There are several times that Spending had said certain things never happened, and he never said certain things. He has said it. So, and whatever thing anybody cannot defend, you cannot prove. I don't think we should also join in that in that peddling of all those narratives.
Take am please o. Even when Shitu, I remember vividly, Prof. Tiba Paro Kejami. You know when even when Shitu during the cross-examination and Shitu tried to raise up the paternity of the child, I remember the magistrate shut him down immediately. That this is not a court of this is not a family court. So they didn't even allow Shitu to even dwell on that. The magistrate practically shut Shitu down.
Yeah.
If my memory serves me well,
I was there.
Yeah, that this is not a family court.
I was there.
So I don't know if even if Shitu was not even given a chance to even like expatiate on it, where would that kind of testimony even come in the first place? Because you people are using that testimony to try and cast a doubt on the paternity of Liam, even when the magistrate did not even allow it. And another one, as we speak up on today, Spending is still challenging Kudi, challenging Bostrat on this rumor that they've been peddling. That anybody who says that he said this to this thing, they should bring the voice note or they should bring whatever evidence that they have that he actually said it. And you people, you cannot tell me that when Bukky Jesse invited Spending, invited what was this boy's name? Prime Boy to our show. Spending challenge Prime Boy. But where Ibo ni mo ti sọ fún ẹ? Ibo ni mo ti sọ fún ẹ? Mi ìsọ̀rọ̀kọ bẹ́ẹ̀ fún ẹ o. Ibo ni mo ti sọ fún ẹ? He said it, and you, Tunisco, you cannot tell me that you were not on that show. Because as at then, Bukky was your Oprah Winfrey ngba yẹn. If Bukky is doing show, all of you will go and sit down there to go and listen to her gibberish. So you cannot tell me that you were not on that show that day. When Spending, who a Prime Boy said told him, was there, because Prime Boy did not follow them home. Prime Boy did not follow them home. He was saying that Spending told him this because Spending followed them home. And Spending was challenging him on Bukola Jesse show. That's Ibo ni mo ti sọ fún ẹ. Mi ìsọ̀rọ̀kọ bẹ́ẹ̀ fún ẹ pé wọ́n fẹ́ ju ọmọ sórí Tomila Bridge. So if somebody that Prime Boy is saying told him, he's denying it. So you, Tunisco, why are you still going around peddling that hearsay? This is what I used to say. Every grown adult, they know what they are doing. Every adult know what they are doing. Tunisco, what coming by you? Coming by you.
UNESCO, but we are called drown in bucket to make them. We are being factual with you because we have lost hope on you.
To see any item we say is by connection.
I'm not having conversation with you to tell you to change your mind. We're just calling out your lies because you're just a bold-faced little liar. And it is just childish. It is very childish for an adult man, an adult male, to be saying bucket to me to come kineko. This is what children in primary school says between themselves. I don't know what happened to you while you were growing up. Bóyá ìyá ẹ ó jábọ́ lẹ́yìn ìyá ẹ ni àbórí ẹ gbálẹ̀ mi ò mọ̀. Or bóyá wọ́n kà tán mọ́ ẹ lórí ni ò ní enough oxygen.
Tommy, I
have to go because your pocket to me to come on lọ. Ẹ máa jábọ́ lẹ́yìn ìyá yín.
Ẹ wo àgbàlagbà Tunisco dẹ̀ ní kó ṣe masters. Mo fẹ́ rí masters certificate ẹ̀yẹn o. You cannot tell me pé o study masters Yorùbá ló lọ ṣe ní UK ni. Ṣó lọ ṣe MS in Yorùbá ni. How can this guy be a graduate? How much more a master's graduate? As how
not a graduate. He used that to come into when there was porosity in the system, and this is the reason why UK now is so tightened with people coming in. People like this are the ones that mess up the system, and then it will affect people that actually have interest in doing something, and that is the thing. And Tunisco, it is really shameful for an adult man who is supposed to be a man that has a household to be doing boy kó máa ṣe bọ́ìbọ́ì lẹ́yìn ọkùnrin ẹgbẹ́. It is shameful and it is really sad for us to have this type of men wanting to be. This guy will say he's a voter. How can he have the sense to vote the right person into the system? We keep having the same problem over and over again because we have this type of men that will believe anything that any other adult says to them. Even when the fact is staring at them, they cannot differentiate. They don't have that ability. And also, Tunesco, um, honestly, I don't really, like I said, if not for my people that were here, I would never be in the same breathing space
Sammy, you're
with the
just new to
likes of
this code because
Tunesco.
even that's why I didn't even address it because I can't stand him, but because I know that kaycrown at least is sensible. You can never see me with Tunisco on the same platform. Ko possible now? No.
This is the
The
first
last
time
time me
I'll
and him
be
in
in
on natural
Since
self, no
Eliate.
father for me because I don't want to debate people like that. It's not
And
different from Yomi.
then another question you raised was when these people keeps and kick around. This is another thing that we've seen in this case that a lot of our people hate female. They are haters of the female child. See, if we flip the coin and it was in this, if we flip the coin, we won't be here today. And we can see a big case that has happened a few weeks ago about the pastor and the actress lady. Are we having an outcry? No, we're not having an outcry. We are not accusing the man of buying the woman. That is the problem with our society, and we need change of our views towards the girl child, towards the female. And where did the problem start from? Our culture and our religion. Our religion have told us women are second class. They are, and they said women are second class. They said women were created after thoughts and all those things. Then our culture is not helping as well. This is why we have this cumulative effect of things. It is going to be very hard for us to start changing our views. But if we can change one person's view one at a time, then we are doing well. Because you can't help people like Tunesco, you can't help people like Yomi, you can't help people like Papa Sheets. This is who they are. They will always see women as an afterthought. They will never like the girl child. Like Bene said, when it is time for me to look after you, my husband, my children, my parents, my in-law, then I'm good. I'm a good wife. But when it is time for me to get any inheritance, then you are not bringing the culture, saying according to the culture, a female child is not supposed to have access to so. But a female child can clean your pool, can clean your wig, can wash you, can look after you, not just your own parents, you look after your in-laws, you look after your grandparents, you do everything. We do backbreaking job to look after our homes. But we are now being told we don't have a right to any inheritance. And like Benet said when she was talking, there was a nurse I was working with sometimes. Her husband died suddenly. She was young. And she was like, immediately they brought, she had to pay the mortgage. The house was big because they didn't expect the man to go like that. Immediately, while like within a week, she said she was going to the bank to see how to, she had to put the big house into market because she cannot afford to pay the mortgage. There were bills, there were loans, there are things that the car the man was using, the debt goes on her name. She has to take it back, having to plan things within a week of the husband's demise. Nobody is waiting to say, okay, yeah.
Sammy, I don't know. Maybe it's me. Oh, you are not that audible. I can barely. I have to strain my ears. Yeah.
Okay. Now I was talking about a lady that the husband quite here sometimes ago, and then she was faced with all the responsibility of looking after the home, sorting the mortgage, sorting out the car notes, sorting this, sorting that. She was like, she didn't even have time to even cry or feel sorry for herself. She was a Filipino lady. She said she has to dust herself. She got 4 kids to look after. Dust herself, put the house on sale, start looking for a smaller house to downsize, start all these plans, looking at the loans this man had and all these things. She has to sort all these things out. Nobody was waiting. Nobody is going to be holding your hand and doing
Because Sammy, the world will not stand still now because you lost your husband now.
At all.
Or you lost your wife. The world is not going to stand still for you now. It's not possible. The show must go on. As bad as it may sound. In fact, where you work, safe, they cannot give you beyond your leave.
It's 2 weeks.
It's 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
Even if after the 2
Unfortunately.
weeks gone, after
after the 2 weeks gone, if you don't come back, you might lose that job. Life is not
No
fair
way.
now. Life is not fair. That as sad as that might be, that's just it. That's the reality. Prophet Job, please, I want to ask you, why does Tunisco lie like that? Is there a sickness like that? Anytime you should be not seeing sickness come out to make on your
See the way this guy said
Bene,
he lied.
haven't you heard of the word pathological liar?
Oh, that's true. That's true. That's true.
It's a sickness.
And the fact that
you cannot be a follower of Yomi and don't know how to lie. It's one of the criteria.
Expert in lies.
It's one
and
of the
make
criteria.
Expert in lies.
You must learn how to lie. No, you must.
you know what
Also, I want to buttress in what Mayor said concerning the way women are being treated in Nigeria. It's really sad, honestly. If we look at few days ago, what are they calling that guy? Very VDM. I don't want to insult him though. When he came out and started saying if it was a particular tribe that they would have, shaved her hair, give her the water of her dead husband. Imagine a grown-ass man in 2026, 21st century 2026, we still have a grown-ass man thinking that he can use the abominable acts of a culture. Meanwhile, the people of that culture are trying to abolish it, or they've even abolished it, and he's using that as a leverage over a particular case. If I go further, that same culture also states that when you don't pay a dowry of a lady, the child that lady bears, you can never lay a claim to it. Even, like, for example, now, see Baba Beula, Josia Loba, he didn't pay the dowry of Yamobad. So if it was in that culture that he's using, he can never lay claim to Mohbad. Not talk more of him laying claim to whatever Mohbad has. So imagine a grown-ass man thinking like that, thinking those barbaric arts is okay, and he's coming online to flaunt it like if he was in Igbo culture, he would do this.
That's why. That's to tell you the height of the depravity. Because why would you say because you want to pass a point, you are going back to a practice that is archaic, a practice that is evil? Because you are trying to garnish your point, you are trying to pass a message. So definitely, if you have a problem with an albino, or you have a problem with a twin, you will say, why are you talking to me like that? But in those days, they used to buy twins. Why are you still here? Maybe if it was to be in the olden days, before Mary Slessor came, they used to buy twins. I don't understand. You are trying because you want to prove a point. You are saying that you are making reference to a practice that subjects widows to victimization. Make it make sense. What kind of comparison is that? I don't know. The comparison you are trying to make, you are trying to refer to, is a practice that has caused people pain, that has made people to lose their lives. It's a story that even the educated Igbos, they are not proud of that practice. They are trying to move it, just like Coco Berry said, the Igbos are trying to move away from that practice. And you call yourself how will I put it, a voice of the populace. And you are making reference to that practice, Samuel. Does it make any logical sense? Does it?
When I heard him mention that practice, I was like, number one, you've never lived in Igbo land. So if you've never lived within a culture, you cannot say, oh, how, what that culture practice. This is one of the things I try to dissuade from people when they say, oh, even in social place, this is what they do. No, this is a big community you're talking about that constitutes about 5 to 6 states with their own distinct cultures and beliefs. So you cannot speak for the whole Igbos. And also, like you both have said, this is a practice that they are trying to get away from. There is a case, I can't remember the woman's name, that took her family to court when they wanted to disinherit her, and she won the case. It is there online, but I can't remember. Her name is in my head, but I just can't remember to call it out. She was an able lady, took the
That
family to
was the
court.
case. That was the case that brought changes to inheritance in Anambra. It's a case,
Exactly.
it's a landmark
It
case.
was a
Yeah.
landmark case in Anambra that
That
was
was why they
used, and
changed
she
it. Yeah.
won the case in the court of law. The court did not look at this is the culture of the Igbos, this is
Yeah.
this
That
is
that
that.
case now, Stamiyo is a precedent now in Igbo land. Is a precedent.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, if a female child does not want to be disinherited, she can actually take her family to court and she will win because there is a precedent. So, when people that refuse to actually expand their knowledge, it is a big issue. And this is what we're seeing with the likes of Tunesco, lying without any thinking nobody is going to ask him. Now I asked him to swear that he actually read that thing with his own two eyes. This guy couldn't say anything. How do you want to live with such man? How do some women marry such men? How do you live with this nuisance? How can you call this guy your colleague? Somebody who can lie without any feelings of how the other person will feel, how their lies can affect the lives of others. They keep forgetting that there is a child involved in this lie. There is a young lady involved in these lies, peddling lies that makes no sense, coming on social media to peddle lie and saying that he read it. Okay, where you've read it, you start rambling how it is a worldwide case, blah, blah, blah. Who is discussing the case in the UK or in the US? Does it know what is going on around the world? No, obviously not. But coming on, no, we are not going to be accepting that anymore. It's just ridiculous and it's a shame. Now, when you catch them in their lives, they will say they have bought buckets. Imagine a husband. This one will call himself Olori Ile, Olori Ebiko, Omo. Ah, it is well. Okay, Crown, no, we really enjoyed our shift this morning. Thank you.
Crown, please, if you have the opportunity, if you can call us maybe a criminal lawyer and a constitutional lawyer, because the constitutional lawyer can be able to speak well on the Child Rights Act, and a criminal lawyer will be able to like put us through. Because I don't want to bring somebody from my side because they will say it's biased. You get what I mean? Like somebody, you are muted, okay, Crown. Like you can bring somebody, a criminal lawyer that can speak on evidence acts to tell us the importance of autopsy result, witness statement, that even what is proved beyond reasonable doubt. We are interested. We are tired of these people who are half-baked graduates that don't even know anything about the that they are just conjuring things up. What if? What if? We are tired of what if. We want to hear debate, like real facts. That's what we are interested in. We are tired of this what if, what you enter, what no, that's no, we've gone past that. We need to like learn, like work our brain. Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah.
Kate Crown. Please give Kate Crown. He has done so well today. He has done
And
so well
Kekra,
today.
on a lighter note, have you gone to check your friend in?
Oh, that was what I was telling Tunisco now. If you see what Tunisco was saying today,
Working late, really.
I was that we started the show together now. I was asking, what she was saying, I was so shocked that Tunisco of all people that will be on a platform and
Wow.
people
And
were.
another thing,
So Kekra, lower Tunisco did not tell you he donated money for her release. He didn't tell you like that.
Oh, baby, well, let you just buy. Check Tunisco low money. Does Tunisco look like somebody who can feed himself? Emma furniture. Look up there, I beg go.
Ó ní pé ṣé òun tó wà ní abroad ló máa wá rí sugar man àbí òun máa wá gbèlè sugar man.
can you imagine?
And Sister Mayor is one of is a frequent panelist on
nìkan ní
Sugar
yàrá
Man.
gbogbo ẹbí àrẹ̀lẹ̀.
nǹkan tó ṣẹlẹ̀ sí Sódámẹ́tì ni àkúwọ́ nìkan ní yàrá o gbogbo ẹbí àrẹ̀lé kúwọ́ nìkan ní yàrá o gbogbo ẹbí àrẹ̀lé. Kinní kan mo ti gbàgbé orin yẹn but that's the thing that came to my head. Ó ti kó Sódámẹ́tì àti wẹ̀.
I'm telling
Gbogbo àwọn tó ní ṣe máa jẹ́ lọ́mọ wẹ̀ yẹn.
abánidébẹ̀ o.
Kọ́ abánidébẹ̀ ìyá mi. Máa jẹ́ lọ àwọn ẹ̀yìn ó yá bu kinní kan okòwò nìkan 12 ẹnìkan ní 13 today báyìí à ń bá kà á. Kó tá bá sọ fún wọn pé ẹ rọra ṣe ilẹ̀ ń yọ̀ ẹ máa ní pé rárá o ẹ̀yin kẹ̀ ó dìgbà tẹ́ bá da gbogbo ẹ̀rú bẹ́ ṣe máa bàjẹ́ lẹ̀ ṣèbó ti kòun nìkan báyìí. Ta ló tẹ̀lé? Can they tell you take it easy? Kò sẹ́ni tó ní ẹ máa sọ̀rọ̀ ẹ sọ̀rọ̀ pẹ̀lú orí pípé.
Tunisco lè wá Nàìjíríà kó bẹ̀rẹ̀ gbàgbé.
Tunisco náà wò go carry next.
Ẹ máa ṣọ̀wọ́ ẹlẹ́yà yẹn. Ọwọ́ kiri gbàlìbábà yẹn. Nǹkan tó máa wọ̀ nìyẹn. Kò tẹ́rù tó máa wọ Nàìjíríà.
Tunisco máa lè sọ pé kóun máa bọ̀ Nàìjíríà torí ẹ̀. Nobody will stand by you. Àwọn family ẹnìkan ló mọ̀ báyìí. Kì bá àwọn family ẹ̀ lọ́ máa mọ iye tó ti jábọ́ lápò wọn.
Sísá Bẹ̀nẹ̀ mọ nǹkan tó pa mí lẹ́rìn mi ò mọ bóyá dàbí àìgò dáì ni àbí àìgò kìíní kan ni. Ó bá mú plasma.
You are this my sister shoulder might of it. I don't know how you dey cope with am. I don't dash national too gba pé no make she dey go.
Bẹ̀nẹ̀ Tunisco fẹ́ ké lọ́jọ́ yẹn. Tunisco ní ṣọ́jọ́ ìrìn àti ẹ̀yẹn. Tunisco ní kí ló ní tẹ̀mí béèrè postcode bí? Ẹ ti wá fi ọlọ́pàá ṣẹ́ tí mi. Kí ni mo ṣe fún yín?
Kò yẹ kó lè pé náà ó yẹ káyà ẹ ṣe gbàǹgbà.
Àní má nìyẹn wá ní tó bá bí ẹ̀dá sẹ̀ ìwọ sọ̀rọ̀ pé Wùnmí ló pa Mohbad. Ṣé mo sọ bẹ́ẹ̀ ni?
Àwọn akọ́rọ̀ ẹ̀jẹ̀.
Ẹ wo mo rẹ́rìn òyìnbó tó jókòó sí mi lẹ́gbẹ̀ẹ́ ni is everything okay?
Ó tó kọ́ bẹ̀rẹ̀.
Olórí burúkú mo ní sorry the baby just kicked. Oh no, okay you'll be
ẹ̀yin gbogbo ọ̀rọ̀ tó ń lọ yìí sí pẹ̀lú bí wọ́n tún gbé lọ́ọ̀yà wá. Lọ́ọ̀yà tún wá explain nǹkan. Ìwọ wá ṣẹnu gbọ̀ǹkù. Ó wá sọ pé somebody said they want to throw the child inside the water. Somebody said he's not the father of the child. Ṣẹ́yìn ni wọ́n bá sọ. They can never learn.
Sódámẹ́tì dóko. The thing there is that èyí tó jẹ́ okay we are saying that Tunisco láyà ìyẹn ni tó jẹ́ ọ̀gá ẹ̀gbọ́n ẹni tó jẹ́ ọ̀gá Tunisco wọn kò tó ẹrú tó wọ Nàìjíríà Canada ló máa kú bó ṣe wà ní. So Tunisco ló máa lọ forí ko ọ̀gá ẹ̀gbọ́n tó ránṣẹ́ kiri gan kò tẹ́rú tó wọ Nàìjíríà.
Ó dààmú
Bẹ̀nẹ̀ mo wish ta lè rí show yẹn ẹ máa tọ̀ sára Ọlọ́run. Bí mo yẹn sọ yìí ó máa kọ fọ́nì Ọlọ́run má ní òde rẹ́rìn wọn kò ń bá fà ibi tí mo ti wá rẹ́rìn tí mo omi dé ìjábọ̀ lójú tó ṣe kò ṣe báyìí fọlọ́pàá press àwọn èèyàn Nàìjíríà ẹ ti wá gbé ọlọ́pàá bàbá mi má ní ẹni mi ò wá gbé ọlọ́pàá mo fẹ́ wá sílẹ̀ máa nù ẹ̀ mo fẹ́ wá sílẹ̀ mo fẹ́ wá nù ẹ̀ ni ẹ dúró mọ́mì wọ́n ní mi ò wá sí ọlọ́pàá wa gbé ọ mo fẹ́ wá sí ilé ẹ mo fẹ́ wá ní ọ tó máa dáhùn báyìí kí ni mo ṣe fún yín tẹ́fẹ́ fún wa náà mi ṣé mo dìfẹ́ mu ṣé mo sọ̀rọ̀ burúkú ni mo ní wẹ̀rẹ̀ ní bàbá yọ. Wọ́n dé ẹ tó bẹ́ẹ̀ mú wọn lélẹ̀.
Tó dábàá jù mí là.
Ẹni tó fẹ́ mú wọn lélẹ̀ Bẹ̀nẹ̀ àwọn lélẹ̀ wọn lọ́dẹ.
Mo wá postcode ẹ̀ mo sọ fún lẹ́ẹ̀kan náà pé kó mú postcode lẹ́ẹ̀kan. Mo sì ń wàrà.
Ẹ jẹ́ lọ bá mi mo ń wẹ̀ ní sọ́wọ́ lọ bá mi náà Tunisco yẹn mọ́lé mo ń wà.
Ó ti lóun
lọ mọ́lé.
Alpha kaycrown.
Ọjọ́ ìmú 1 PT Tunisco. God. Tunisco, wọ́n ti sọ fún Tunisco wọ́n ní ó mọ̀ pé ò lọ́pọlọ ó gọ̀ tóun bá tiẹ̀ lọ́pọlọ òun ṣáà ń ṣe submission nínú J4ẹ̀. Why tẹ̀lé wá postcode mi? Má bú yín o, má rí yín fín o, bọ̀dá yìí ti sọ bẹ́ẹ̀ rí mi fi sẹ̀ fún mi postcode lé ẹ̀ mo fẹ́ wá nú ẹ̀ mọ́lé máa nú ẹ̀bí ọmọdé máa nú ẹ̀bí last born wa. Ẹ fẹ́ fi kíní fẹ́ máa nà mí ẹ fẹ́ fi oppress mi Wùmí ti gbéyàn ẹ̀yin wọ́n fẹ́ wá fi ọlọ́pàá London gbé mi kò possible mi ò lè fún yín postcode mi kí mo fẹ́ fún yín postcode mi fún ṣé investigational journalist olóyìnbó òbú. Tunisco Ọlọ́run Tunisco ò lè kúre Ọlọ́run mo ti ẹ̀ wíṣ pé Adédoyin máa wá kó tiẹ̀ pàdé bẹ́ẹ̀ nílé tó bá ti rórúkọ ẹ̀ mẹ́wàá láì máa já pa àwọn òbí kú.
Kò ní gòkè Adédoyin báwo Adédoyin lọ́run Adédoyin á kọ́kọ́ lọ gbé ChatGPT.
Kò tẹ̀ kí wọ́n sọ̀rọ̀ kaycrown because he knows that.
Adédoyin tó ní pé kí lọ́ọ̀yà kú tẹ̀lé Mohbad.
Adédoyin ò lè dúró síbẹ̀. Adédoyin jẹ́ kó máa ń parọ́ ó máa ní bàbá àwọn kọmíṣánná ni ìyá àwọn minister of defence ni brother àwọn diplomat ni Sanwó-Olú yàrá àwọn ló ti ń jẹun.
You see,
take care of yourself, abeg.
Bene, I remembered when Akudaya started opening her platform then, and she and Crunchy Queen was talking about. They started this hypovolemic shock, And I was in the house and I was thinking, does these people actually know what they are talking about? So I went on the platform and I asked. Then we haven't know who Akudaya was. Some people were thinking maybe she's a lawyer. Some people were thinking maybe she works in the medical line. So I went on the platform and I asked Aries. I said, "Have you ever been in an emergency situation? As in, do you actually know what it means to be in an hypovolemic shock? Have you ever looked after someone?"
She's a nurse, so
she couldn't answer me.
Sure. Maybe she's on a good mood that day. She might tell you she's a critical.
Ojami Bonnie, because I was giving them instances of when a patient is critically ill, as in they are critically ill, you might need, sometimes you have 2 nurses to 1 patient. As in 2 nurses are looking after 1 patient. That is how it could be. And if you're saying somebody is gone into hypovolemic shock, you're looking at least 6 people attending to that 1 person at a time. You're trying to get the electrolytes up, you're trying to balance this, you're taking blood, you're doing this, and at times it might be intubating that patient. Any form of shock means that person can die at any minute. And you're doing everything within your possible best. And even when we have to do CPR in the hospital, in critical care, when we do CPR for patients, everyone that is involved in that CPR, after the patient is stabilized, you get the brief. You go into a room and all of you that were involved in that resuscitation, we have to debrief. And if they feel you need to speak to the psychologist in the unit, they will refer you. So it's not something that we take lightly because it's actually something that is very deep. I remember 2018, I looked after a young lad. He was 28, Asian, cab driver. So, lọ on the airport. That person was coming from, I don't know where the person was coming from. Oshako encephalitis, Lara, and to lọ initially they didn't know what was wrong with him. A 28 years old man is not, you're supposed to be healthy. Shumo, it will start with you feeling tired. And as bad as anything that affects the brain, meningitis, encephalitis, either viral or bacterial, it has between 24 hours to 72 hours. So by the time then he collapsed, he was on the ventilator, he was he was in septic shock and all those things. And I looked after him for 3 nights. So the 3rd night, Unfortunately, no one lè share anything for more. So you told the family to come and say their goodbye and all those things. So you give them a bit of privacy. Ara bọ̀bọ́ yẹn ó ti bàjẹ́, as in gbogbo ara yẹn ti bàjẹ́. So mo ṣe yọjú níbi curtain, wọ́n take picture. I made sure they deleted that picture and I told the parents that you don't want to remember him like this. This is not how you want to ever remember your child. That you will never remember him as that young, agile human. This is what will be in your brain. Òun lẹ ṣe máa ń rí sometimes tí èèyàn bá kú ní hospital tó máa kọ́kọ́ clean ẹ̀ tó máa wá daṣọ bò káwọn ẹbí ẹ̀ tó wọlé, you only show the face because you don't want them to see what has happened in the body. They will never ever, it is something that will forever be in the brain. So when they trivialize what has happened to Mohbad as kineko kineko, sometimes when they bring back these things, it hurts me because I know what he was going through in his last moments. The last few minutes of his life was not comfortable. It wasn't funny. It was, you know, when you have this impending doom, feelings of the feeling of impending doom that something is going to happen. And that was why he was telling them, "Ara òun gbóná, ara òun tutù, ẹ̀dọ̀mi sóun lára, ó ń bì, ó ń tọ̀ sára, ó ń ṣe gbogbo ẹ̀." It is that feeling of something terrible was happening to him. But like I have said so many times, àwọn tó wà ńbẹ̀, they have no knowledge of what was happening to him. Even the person that gave the injection have no idea of what was happening to him. And that is why it got to this point. But look at where we are today. Unfortunately, in that country, somebody is going through what happened to Mohbad in the last moment of his life. So when they say nǹkan tó ṣẹlẹ̀ sí kíní ó máa ṣẹlẹ̀ sí yín, ó actually ń ṣẹlẹ̀ sí àwọn kan báyìí. But the difference is ibi tán bá wà in a part of the world.
tó bá wa ṣe jẹ́ fún ẹ̀mú gan ó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ sí wọn.
Ó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ sí
so
anybody.
anaphylactic shock you don't need to do J for him kó tó ṣẹlẹ̀ sí ẹ.
It's not
so yóò ń ṣèpè now.
It is not a joke at all.
At all. And they will say what happened to Mohbad will happen to you and I laugh that me, I live in the UK. There's EpiPen everywhere.
Exactly.
Me, if I call ambulance now, you go reach my house. Now you wait there for Nigeria, the cost person wait there for UK. Say anaphylactic shock go do you. No be juju be that. God I beg go.
As in, the way sometimes, when you're looking after mo tọ́jú ìyá kan, wọ́n ṣẹ̀ ṣe heart surgery fún. It was a night. Just feel this is like 6:30. Mo ní kí n clean ẹ̀ kí n ṣe oní chest tube. Chest tube is to take either excess air or fluid, any kind of fluid or pus from the lungs. Things that shouldn't be in your body will cause you discomfort. So they put the tube, they've done surgery on this side. Mo ti wẹ iwájú, mo ti ṣe, mo pe AC kó wá fún mi ní hand láti turn on the side. Ìyá tí mò ń bá sọ̀rọ̀, "Are you okay? Yeah, I'm fine." Kíníkan. Her saturation dropped from 99. Immediately I rolled her to her left, dropped from 99 to 67. I have to press the emergency buzzer. As in, this is like 6:45 in the morning. She'll be 15 minutes, you're 8 o'clock. I want to mark bachelor around 7:30. By 7:30, we have to intubate this woman, put her on mechanical ventilator and all those things. Have to call the family. As in, everywhere, come out there, you press the alarm. Everybody, when you hear the alarm, you know it's an emergency, so nobody sleeps anywhere. You're coming and everybody's coming. Whatever you're doing, you take off. The anesthetics was there. Check the chest. They're like, "Oh, the left side is collapsed. As the left side of her lungs is collapsed, so she needs to go on the ventilator now." The consultant is already once a blip or you've passed blip, the consultant is already there. Sometimes the way you run, in an emergency, you're quickly bringing the intubation trolley, you're bringing the resuscitative trolley, you're doing all that. By 7:30, she was intubated. Start giving fluids. start checking. Kidney cannulas to need. The good thing was she has the big cannula, the central line. Start giving fluids. And what is her blood pressure? Is it dropping? You start preparing your inotropes. You're preparing sedations. So you imagine all these things is different people. So the other nurses that are looking after their patients will leave what they are doing to come and attend to this person now, because it's a different person that is going to get the propofol. It's a different person that is going to get the afentanil. Afentanil is a drug of control. Two nurses have to go and get it. But the matter is a different person getting the inotropes. That's four. You get the anesthetics, you get the consultants. That is six. And me, the nurse is there checking, the one looking after you, checking her vital signs, timing everything. So these are not something we actually joke with. But all these services, we don't have it in Nigeria, unfortunately. Òun ló ṣe máa ń dàbí ẹni pé ìlú òyìnbó nǹkan kì í ṣẹlẹ̀, ó máa ń ṣẹlẹ̀, but you pick it immediately. If you're lucky, you pick it immediately, especially when the patient is on monitor, you can see it. So when patient is on monitor, you don't call it cardiac arrest, you call it peri arrest, because you can see your traces. Okay, what is going on here?
Comment any. Yes, my sister-in-law from UK got injected by auxiliary in Nigeria, got anaphylactic shock, went into coma but never made it.
Wow.
It's happening. It's happening. This
Wow.
mobile case, kaycrown, it would have been a landmark case for a revamp of the healthcare system, honestly. The mobile family, they would have used it, even if it's for them to set up a foundation whereby people will get proper training, they will get proper knowledge on about anaphylactic shock, things like that. It's happening. It's happening. This quack nurses practice of it. In fact, Sister Mayor, wọ́n tún ṣe freedom for one nurse nísìn tó máa gbé crate mineral lọ, tó máa gbé biscuit lọ. Akẹ́kọ̀ọ́ àlàyé. Tó máa gbé mineral, tó máa gbé kinní lọ. This Mohbad case would have been a turning point. I'm telling you. Even if for them to eradicate that practice, or maybe they should give them more proper training on the things that they can administer, the kind of treatment they can give, the one they should not give as an auxiliary nurse. On their mess up, what they saw the nonsense.
Morning,
sisters. Samimi. I know say you go come here now. I know say Kaycrown na your party. You go reach there.
Because of what you're saying, you remember I told you a friend of mine that died in Nigeria. That lady I posted with on local on my page. You know what happened? She had fibroid operation here in I think some years back. She went to Nigeria and I think she relocated back to. She was in Lagos later. I think she had something to do in Benin, so she went to Benin. And she has to do the fibroid operation again. I doubt if she told the doctor that she has done that thing before.
Imagine.
After the operation, she was bleeding heavily. And they gave her the first pound of blood. Second, the third one, she started reacting. She started convulsing till she gave up. It was just like a joke. So when one of my friends told me, I now called the girlfriend that was with her in the hospital, and I said, did she tell the doctor that she has done fibroid before? The friend said no. Lucky enough, the doctor was around there and she was like, hold on, let me give it. I said, did Helen told you she did fibroid operation before? He said no.
Wow.
He said, my friend said the doctor now opened his mouth. I'm suspecting that maybe he overscraped her. Because another friend of mine told me that she too, when she went to Nigeria, she has done it here before. She wanted to do, and the doctor said, can you go back to where you did your first one? If you can go back to them, it will be better.
Oh. And another thing I have spoken about is that I will really wish the law we put in place is all these private hospitals need to make a sign in their signpost that this is not an emergency. We do not attend to emergency here. Because like I've always said, time is of essence in some cases. And Mimi, one of the things I could look at, the person might not give a proper history. Another thing, this is what I have experienced. There is a situation we call disseminated intravascular coagulopathy. It could be common, especially if the person have a history of low platelets. It means the there is something that happens in the blood that is not working properly. And do you know what could have saved this person? Is fresh frozen plasma. That would have saved the person. We help the blood to start clotting. Because if your blood is not clotting properly, that's why if you're taking aspirin and you're going to have surgery, they will tell you to stop taking it maybe 3 days or few days. If you're taking any warfarin, aspirin, any blood thinners, they will tell you stop taking it 3 days before your surgery because they are blood thinners. It will make you to bleed more than somebody who is not taking it. And if you don't have the factor 8 in your blood, I think it's a factor 8 in your blood, it will not help your blood to clot. So if you have a cut, it will not heal like a normal person will heal. And it happens a lot in surgery. We call it DIC, disseminated intravascular coagulopathy. This is not working properly. And sometimes, because a lot of Nigerian hospitals have not experienced it, they are giving red blood cell instead of giving platelets or fresh frozen plasma. And this happening. Go on, sorry.
Now my question is this: that this auxiliary nurse of a thing that they are doing, people have interest in becoming a nurse, and we know that nursing is very expensive.
Yeah.
Yes, it's very expensive. So now, what do you think the government can do, to make people that wants to study nursing have that desire to be a nurse rather than going to one hospital to go and become one hospital that is not even registered per se, to go and become an auxiliary nurse, and it becomes a menace in the society?
One of the things is even here we have care assistants, we have things like that. Number one is if you're giving this training to support workers or care assistants, is letting them know the limitation of their practice. If you're not trained to do something, you don't do it. If you're not trained to do something, you don't do it. That is one of the things that should be put in place. And also, we don't have enough schools or um, institution to give nurses, people that wanted to be nurses, what they want. And like you said, it is extremely expensive. Medical line is expensive. And the fact is, even over here abroad, it is expensive as well. So it's not as if it's cheap in the UK or it's cheap in Canada or it's cheap in America. But it's just that there are access like students' loan or grants or scholarship and things like that, and all those things. But for the hospitals that are training these people, let them know you're not being trained as a nurse, you're trained as a support worker. Because the job of the nurses is different from the job of the support worker. Like I said, if I go to work tonight or go to work anywhere, I have support services, I have care assistants that they know that you don't touch my pump, you don't touch my patients, you don't do anything with my patients. They know the limitation of their job. Their job is to make my job easy, and is vice versa. Even in critical care, a doctor will not come and touch my pump. You don't, because you don't know what what is there. You don't know it. I'm the only one that can tell you, okay, I'm going to for a quick wee. This patient is on noradrenaline. I want my map to be at 65, between 65 and 70. Keep your eye on it and all those things. So even in critical care, you don't leave your patients unattended. You don't. If I'm going from bed A to bed B, I'm telling the nurse in bed B that keep an eye on my patient, and I will tell them everything my patient is on, so that let's say my alarm starts going off, they will know, okay, you don't just switch anything off. They don't switch it off. You don't touch anything, especially because there are some medications you don't just stop it. If you stop it, the patient will crash. So you titrate it. You start going either slowly down or slowly up, depending on how this patient is reacting to these things. So it's knowing the limitation of your practice, and also putting laws in place for these private hospitals or teaching hospitals that, okay, if you're going to train this person, know what you're telling them what to do and how to do these things and all those things. For for UK now, everyone that works in healthcare will do basic life support. But for somebody like me that works in an acute setting, I will do immediate life support as part of my training every year. You will do it because I'm dealing with something more advanced. And for maybe and
Hello.
for like yeah, hello.
Sorry, good afternoon, Mayor.
Good
Well done.
afternoon. Good
Yes.
afternoon, ma'am.
I just want to buttress on what Mayor is actually speaking on by using help. So in Nigeria, if they want to do it, they would have done it. But one thing I understand about Nigeria is, I don't know what power that is in place. They have been trying to stop these auxiliaries for years now, especially in Lagos, and it's not working. I don't know what happened. It has never been working, But in abroad, as Mayor is saying, especially the UK that I am also in currently, you know, I could remember when we came in about 5 years ago. As a professional coming in, you first came in and you don't work in your capacity, so to say. Yes, there are some exams you would have, done in Nigeria before coming in and all that. Then we do the last part in the UK. So like in my trust, before doing the last part, we were working